Theater of the Mind podcasts are not suitable for all ages. Content warnings can be found in the audio description. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Theater of the Mind, episode 15. I'm Mike, I'm your dungeon master, and today's question is coming from... It's coming from the Ultimate RPG Campfire card deck by James D'Amato. And this week's question is, what is something most people desire that you feel is more trouble than it's worth?
My name's Amanda, and I am playing Mel Kelly. Mel doesn't value relationships. She thinks that they're a lot of trouble. She's seen pretty much her experience with relationships, like friendships, romantic, whatever, is that they always end badly and they're a lot of trouble, and it's just not worth the heartache for her. So for Mel, she doesn't really understand what all the hype about is.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Elliot Brandybane. And Elliot Brandybane just doesn't understand what the hell all this social media and caring what people you don't know thinks about things you did. That doesn't make any sense.
I am Burnell, and I'm playing Olnak Vaga Johnson. And on the same vein as Mel, not relationships as a whole, specifically romantic relationships. Olnak has had the best of luck in his romantic life and is really dealing with some shit that none of you know about. And it's partially because of romantic relationships. He doesn't understand anymore why people value them so highly. All they've brought him is heartache and misery.
Hello, I'm Downs. I'm playing James O'Brien, and James is going to add on to the Olnak and Mel bandwagon with friendship. He doesn't really understand the hype of friendship, but along with friendship is trust, because he's been burned in the past by people who he thought he trusted, and they slammed doors in his face.
This group has some trauma.
It's a miracle that we're still together. Really.
Listen here, children, never meet your heroes.
Things weren't going well before the world ended.
Yeah, no, we were not a good group before the world ended.
None of us were in a great place, and that's why we were so willing to abandon our lives immediately.
Pretty much,
Fuck it,
yeah.
I'm out.
We're all like 10 steps away from becoming supervillains, right? Like,
Oh,
And
yeah,
somehow
no.
we're the ones planning on saving the world.
See, that's why
Yeah.
we're such a good group, because we can trust that everyone else distrusts everyone.
and bank on that.
I'm
Honestly.
Casey. I play Emery Lee. Emery has never been super interested in money and fame. Like, she's an artist. She puts a lot of work in her sculpture. She'd like to get her name out there, but she just likes creating. She doesn't want it to be like, she resents that life depends on money in the current age. So
Well, it did.
it did at the time that we all abandoned our lives.
Willingly.
All of her jobs
fact,
were survival
enthusiastically.
jobs because she had to make some money in order to exist. And that was the only reason she did it.
Fair. Oh. Well, at least two of y'all aren't completely heartbroken.
I could have gone that way, but I was like, whoa, maybe not.
Right, we're trending.
If you think about it, Elliot's is distrust as well, because he distrusts social media.
Yeah, that one's fair. That one's very valid.
Meanwhile, Mel used social media as a band-aid for the fact that she doesn't trust relationships, but desperately wishes she could have one.
She needs the attention.
She
but
needs
does
the
not
attention, but she doesn't
know how to
value
get it from people.
people.
Survives on a digital hug.
Yep.
Oh, that actually kind of hurt my soul. Anyway.
I'm like, that's heartbreaking.
I need those thumbs up to get me through the day.
All right, on that cheerful note, let's go ahead and roll for recap, and we'll have highest tells.
Motherfucker.
Roll
Wow,
it again.
Olnak
You don't
clearly
know.
rolled a nat 1.
Let me see if that's what I think it is.
It is. It's
It-
19.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck, dude.
I don't remember shit.
You get a disadvantage. Roll again.
Yeah, you're disadvantaged because you dozed off in the last episode.
There you go. That's better.
There you go.
There
All
you
right,
go.
we'll take the
Okay,
4.
Perfect.
Did anybody beat a 4?
I did, in fact. I got a 14.
Beat a 14?
It was almost a 20, but it landed on a 2, so I am safe.
You were close.
8.
8.
All right.
All right, you're going.
Well, I actually remember what happened last time, so that's fine with me. We got questioned by the sheriff last episode. It was very uncomfortable. None of us had a great time. We said more than we should have and really cast ourselves into suspicion. We are currently being held kind of under suspicion of killing of the I forgot their name, the Richardson boys.
Cool. All right. So yes, the sheriff has just walked in.
So we're getting camp packed up.
Yep.
We want to. I mean, I guess we should go say, hey, we're not going to be staying here. We don't know where we're going to stay.
Preferably in the
know.
next county.
We don't want to tell them that.
Well, obviously.
But yeah, I suppose we should go.
I may have a plan for tonight.
Yeah, I think
Still working on it.
Out of
but
here.
If you do wind up here another night,
Is this
I
going
have
to
a
work
plan.
about as well as your other plans?
what are you talking about?
Yeah, we're a little concerned.
Every plan so far has worked.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's been ugly, but it has prevailed.
There are madness to my methods. I mean, methods to my madness.
Yeah, you're fucking nuts. We got that.
Do we feel there's like the howling sounded closer to town?
Well,
in
I'm
town.
curious what the
You
sheriff's
know what?
got
At
to
this
say.
point, they deserve what they get.
Well, nothing
Townspeople
bad's happened
don't.
yet. He's just asked questions.
I don't like it.
I know. I say we go talk to the. You want to talk to him?
It's just asking awkward
Yeah.
questions. Well, let's
mean,
go
no,
talk
but yeah.
to it.
That's his
Ugh.
job. That's his job. Got nothing against him.
So you guys go up and talk to him.
Sure.
Mel may have gotten a lot of awkward questions about underage drinking a lot more recently than Elliot did. She's not a big fan of people asking her questions in positions of authority. Just on principle.
So you guys come up, go up front.
I would like to pretend to be working on something important
Okay.
because I don't want to be around given my history of talking shit.
You can keep breaking down camp.
Yeah. You are
stay
enthusiastically
in the back doing
saddling
stuff.
horses.
So I
Doing
guess to
important
be
stuff.
specific, who goes and talks to the sheriff?
I'm going.
I'm going.
Oh, God.
All right, everybody but Olnak.
And
You can go-
Jacob.
Hold on.
That is the right call.
Olnak
All right.
and Jacob are breaking down camp.
Yeah, I got to watch the kid. I got to do babysitting and stuff.
Go talk with the horses.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, that's going to be great when he comes out back and I'm like, yaying and shit. It's like, what's up with
He'll
the
know
fucking Navy
very
guy?
fast why you weren't talking
Exactly.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, we picked him
Like,
up.
oh, he's special. We don't talk about him. Like,
And maybe keep your axe under your sleeping bag.
That's a good place for it.
hanging out.
Well, good morning there, folks. I'm not going to lie, I'm very glad to see you're still here this morning.
Oh, are you planning us to skip town?
I was sure
Good
hoping
morning.
I wasn't going to have my my faith let down by you folk. Glad to see you're all still here.
Well, we have to move on from here. Pete is apparently concerned about us, so we're gonna have to go find someplace else to stay.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Where's about y'all think?
Don't know yet.
Haven't figured that out. We're gonna try and find somewhere. I don't know.
Don't know.
Someplace
If
we
you
can set up a
need-
camp and have a
Give
fire.
you guys suggestions? Where's a good place to stay around town?
Need somewhere nearby. The honestly a fair little drive from here, a little ride from here. There's a couple of dirt lots out on Birch Avenue. I've been recommending folks stay. It's in the center of town. It's a safe area. Across the street from the Mormon church here in town. And should be a plenty safe place to stay at night.
We'll take that under advisement.
Either way, if y'all end up finding somewhere else to stay, if you wouldn't mind dropping me a line, most folks in town know how to get a hold of me.
Sure.
I'll be looking forward to hearing that tonight. If I don't hear nothing, I'll just assume you're over there, and I'll come stopping by and making sure you get set up and safe and, the neighborly thing.
Yeah, of course.
You got any
I
other
do.
questions you got for us today?
You mentioned y'all went hunting up north and came across some dead body. I need you to tell me a bit more about that body up there.
I did not see the dead body. I stayed over by the road.
I was over by the road. I had Jacob on the back of my horse. I wasn't going to go over there. That's where people who break laws live. I'm hanging out on the road.
I did go up to investigate it a bit. Didn't go poking around too far.
Yeah, and what'd you see?
The inmate looked like he was torn up pretty bad.
We didn't feel like sticking around long after that.
Yeah.
Didn't want to.
Looked like some animal got a hold of him.
Yeah.
They were kind of green when they came back.
You folks got back from your hunting 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's something else that happened 2 nights ago.
What's that?
The Gutierrez family out by the bowling alley that you would have had to ride right past sound a hell of a lot like your friend up there at the prison. I have not seen a crime. Now, I said this yesterday, and it was true yesterday. It's been eclipsed by what I saw at the Gutierrez.
I understand. The body by the prison was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, some of those turkeys, they were just destroyed.
Next night, I find out that the Fredericos have been destroyed. Their house has been gone through like a tornado rep through there. Family completely ripped limb from limb.
Oh, that's horrible.
One of the worst crimes. Now, unfortunately, since you folks have entered my town, I have to say one of the worst crime scenes I've ever seen.
Officer, it doesn't sound like it's safe to be here.
Yeah, it really doesn't sound very safe.
Yeah, it's interesting. We made it through what should have been the end of the world pretty comfortably. All power goes down, nothing starts. Now, a handful of folks did die. There ain't no denying that. Couple of cars going at a high rate of speed suddenly hit the brakes on I-70. I-70 was a mess. It's still a mess. I'll own that. We're trying to fix that problem. Handful of folks in desperate need of medical care. They dropped dead. Hard to have a pacemaker keep on ticking when all power for some reason stops. If you're on a ventilator, you ain't ventilating no more. Y'all come into my town and people start having body parts removed from other body parts. That seems a bit odd to me, gotta say. Got here, the lawyer in town, we have one lawyer for the prosecutor side of things. There's not a lot of crime in town, and it's hard to keep more than one of them on the payroll. Him and the judge were kind enough to sign me this search warrant. I'd love to look through your gear if you don't mind.
You've got a search warrant.
Yes, sir, I do. The judge was more than happy to sign out on a couple of strange folk who are presenting me stories of bodies being found. Who happened to travel right past Richardson's ranch and somehow didn't see them. Happened to travel right past the prison, found some dead bodies.
Also a lot of animal tracks.
Well, yeah, I've been hunting my whole life, my dear. There ain't a single animal I've seen that only goes for the organs.
Not one we've seen either.
That's
The
why
tracks
I'm
were
pretty
there.
sure it ain't no animal mess. That ain't no track I've ever seen either. Looks to me like a couple of crazy folk trying to plant a alibi or an out. Folks who maybe don't live out in the woods too awful often. Don't go hunting all that regular. Only one of you looks like maybe he's done that before.
Yeah, the rest of us are learning.
And frankly, at this point, I'd almost rather become a vegetarian because hunting is gross.
I believe that. I believe you feel that way.
I do.
That is the most honest thing I think you've said since we started talking.
That and all of this is frankly barbaric.
I would agree with that.
And I
There is
believe
absolute
that.
some barbarism going on out here. Where's that big boy of yours?
Watching the kid. Saddling up the horses.
Sarah, can I use my mage hand real quick
Why?
to do a thing? Because I can make it invisible. Because I can make it invisible.
Oh, Jesus, what are you doing, man?
I was gonna attempt to have the mage hand like go and like attempt to warn him, like tap on his shoulder.
30 feet to a point within sight?
Yeah, no such luck on that.
Oh, I forgot you have to be able to see. Damn it! I don't want that idea.
I may have that rule misremembered because I've never used that spell before.
No, you're correct.
Okay.
I think that's right. Yeah, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah. I want that idea.
It's no.
Cool.
The answer, unless you wanted to just smack the wall or something. But
You cast Mage Hand, you try to send it, and you feel it hit the end of its tether.
Actually, it doesn't specify that I have to see, so just 30 feet.
really, you don't have to see it.
It says nothing about to a place that you can see.
All right.
Officer,
I'm willing to grant that it could be within 30 feet. Then this is just in front of this dude's house. You know, from his backyard to his front yard, it's not like he went walking halfway down the block. 30 feet might be stretching it, but we'll say you could pull it off.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, no, it's point you choose within range.
All right.
They'll see it.
So I'm attempting to I'm going to have the hand invisible from me go to Olnok, gonna have it tap on his shoulder.
All right. Now, the man who's thinking he's losing his fucking mind because he can talk to animals on the regular, I need you to roll an intelligence check.
Or an
Oh,
insight.
God
An
damn it.
insight.
The hand
You
is
could
going
do
to become
insight.
visible, so he can see the hand tapping on his shoulder once it's outside of sight of
So now
the
a
sheriff.
fresh disembodied hand
It's
is
a
tapping you
spectral.
on the shoulder.
Not better. Yeah. You said intelligence?
Or insight. Yeah.
It's going to wave, and it's going to draw it's going to draw a J in the dirt.
That is a wisdom overall anyway. It doesn't matter if they're both -1.
Oh,
So I'm either going to come in and like, holy shit, there's a hand! Or like, you know, I don't know. Let's see how this
You know
goes.
we're talking to the sheriff, though.
Nope.
That's a 5.
fuck. Not that idea.
well, James, because I can tell James is starting to do something magic-y because we now recognize the signs of the little
Magic-y.
magic-y things. I'm gonna look at the officer and be like, "Officer," and she'll put on her best dumb blonde.
Okay.
You know, like, it's obvious, as you pointed out, I'm one of the college kids. I came out of Grand Junction. Hell, I was raised in LA. Like, all of this stuff is way over my head. What are you getting at? I mean, like, things I don't know, maybe it's the city person thing, but like, multiple things can happen at the same time. Like, and the world has basically come to an end. It could be literally like anything.
Okay. What's your goal? Just
I'm
what do you?
I'm trying to make him a little less suspicious of us, figuring that anybody who would put up with me for any length of time is probably harmless, or they would have murdered me by now. And 2, I'm also trying to distract from whatever the hell James is doing over there.
Okay.
For somebody who's naturally very perceptive. So I'm trying to distract him from James and also maybe make him a little less like, you guys are clearly the problem here.
Go. Persuasion, I guess.
I'll take it.
And then
That's a 15.
All right.
And then Elliot's going to say, mind if I see that search warrant?
Absolutely. And he hands you over.
It's
It's handwritten now. Yeah, it's an
It's
actual search
legit.
warrant. It's
Okay.
got a seal on it. They had to they had to find their seal, and
Okay.
it's handwritten because there
How
ain't
do
no
you do
computers
this?
no more. But there's signatures on the bottom. It looks official.
Okay. So,
It's like,
and
I
it's
get
got-
it.
Yeah.
Normally these
if-
are printed.
Okay, I mean, if it's a legit search
Yeah,
warrant,
it's the
I'll
real
hand it
deal.
going, Officer, you've got a search warrant. There you go.
All right. Now, I am willing to do you guys a small courtesy. You said you're packing up camp now. I'll follow you where you're headed. I'm not going to make you re-unpack here in this man's yard. He'd like us to leave. I'll follow you to your next stop.
Okay,
We can unpack there. How's that sound? Does that sound amicable to y'all?
sure. We appreciate that. It takes a while to pack up camp. So I say we get on and we go to the place he was talking about, and he's got a search warrant. Let him search.
So you guys go back till Olnock finish packing up, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm assuming we were just about packed. so-
Okay.
Knowing that we're walking that way, the hand's going to go invisible.
And then we'll go to the place across from the Mormon church he was talking about. And when we get there, we'll basically set stuff on the ground and say, there you go.
So you get back around the front where his horse is. He's got a deputy comes riding up with him.
Mhm.
So he leads, deputy rides in the back.
Okay.
Get you set up, get your stuff pulled out, and he's going to start digging through your stuff.
Okay.
So, as a refresher, we did try to wash up after the murder occurred. So you won't have any obviously bloodied clothes or nothing.
I
And it's been a week.
prestidigitated everybody clean
Yeah.
Yeah.
on that
And we
one.
did have the trick that we
Yeah, we
washed
cleaned
it.
that shit with magic, bud.
It's like it never happened.
Because it
Plus,
did.
we've been hunting and cutting up elk.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah,
turkey. Like, good luck.
I could definitely explain some blood. Be like, remember when I told you I cut a fucking turkey in half?
Yeah.
And it's not like he's
Oh, no,
gonna
I
get,
told Pete that. That's
Yeah.
right.
but it's not like he's gonna get DNA testing done
No.
on
Oh, no.
our stuff. Like,
Right.
Sure.
Go
It's
for
the
it.
roaring 20s right now, bro. It's just a shit show.
So yeah, he goes through his stuff. He doesn't find anything particularly concerning. All right, folks. Now maybe this is a situation of just unfortunate timing. Y'all got what you need from my town.
Yes.
Yeah.
we actually are, we're ready to go.
The only thing that's got me concerned, I will own this part here. Whatever happened to the Richardson boys ain't got nothing in common with what happened on the north side of my town. I don't feel you all are telling me everything you know about what might be going on up there. If it wasn't you, what? I've never seen chaos like this, and y'all keep trying to dodge this area.
Officer, when we were up there, a fella come into our camp in the middle of the night. Said his name was Griff. Said he'd been out riding four-wheelers 3 weeks ago when the event happened. He was looked bad, said he was hungry. We gave him some of the elk meat that we had killed.
Raw elk.
He
meat.
ate it raw.
And he refused to let us cook it.
We were gonna cook him some. He ate it raw.
Didn't even season it.
He acted really weird. He acted really scary.
He was the sort of person that they warn college girls about.
Yeah. Made the hair stand up on the back of our necks. He came in, said we were on his property. We apologized. We thought that was public property. I don't know if it was his or not, but he said it was. He ate. We talked to him a little bit. He said he was always hungry and his clothes were tore up. And then he left. Now, I don't know who he is. I don't know if the story he told us was true, but he was a scary dude.
And coming back down to Rifle, we saw some fishermen, and they saw the same gentleman, except for he looked a lot healthier. That's on the other side of the prison.
Yeah, we didn't get any of the guys that was fishing's name. And we had been seeing them weird tracks that you saw.
And I
Don't know
will.
what's causing that. And we've been hearing them weird wolf noises at night, and that don't sound right either. I'm not gonna. Have you been seeing anything since the event that you cannot possibly explain? Like magic?
Magic.
Have you seen any?
Have I seen any magic?
Or
Have you seen any magic?
Like folk tales and other like weird
Like-
things that aren't real that are suddenly appear to be real.
Yeah, I guess other
By
than the
your-
horrific scenes you've
Yeah.
seen, something that you legitimately cannot explain.
By your expression, that tells me you haven't seen anything.
I ain't seen no magic.
Well,
the closest
aren't you
thing to
lucky?
magic is them strange prints that have been
Okay,
around these
well-
murder scenes.
We dodged.
We should
'cause,
show him.
It
I'm gonna-
sounds
Magic.
crazy. It sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
Can I move
But
Can I move the mage hand to behind his head?
You want to scare the sheriff?
I'm planning on lifting his hat with the mage hand.
Other thing I do want to point out, and it's going to sound just as crazy as what we just said, is Griff was impressively strong for
Oh,
his
yeah.
size.
Now, see, I talked with Ted and Phil. I'm guessing they're the same boys you were talking to down by the river. They mentioned y'all coming up from the way of the prison.
Okay.
They
Yeah, I
said they
would've
saw
described
Griff.
the guy that we saw.
Yeah, that sounds
Caught
like
a fish
Phil.
about yay big.
Yeah, like hell he did.
Yeah.
Been telling us that story. He caught it last summer for the last 12 years. He mentioned that same feller. Skinny boy, looking pretty rough, needs new shoes was the big takeaway, is what I understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When we saw him, he looked sickly. Then the people died in the prison, and then they saw him, and he looked healthy as a horse.
Yeah, he told us he looked good.
That was his expression. Yeah.
Are you doing that to him?
It's like, do we want to show him magic?
I think we ought to. He's going to need to know what he's going up against.
I'm gonna lift his hat.
The hell? Pulls his hat, tries to
Just
pull his hat
straight
back
up in the
down.
air.
Things like that, officer, like weird shit that shouldn't happen.
Or like
Is
this.
yours visible or invisible?
Yeah, it's currently invisible. It's gonna twirl a little bit, and then it's gonna land on James's head.
Some magic floating hats.
Oh, well, we're not
It's
done. Hang
supposed
on
to-
one
And
second.
Emery
Pay
will
attention.
pull something. Like she's got like a necklace on or something. She'll lift it and cast light on it,
That's a. All right, that's a
and then
neat
cover
trick.
it with her hand. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
is
not-
there an
here,
obvious
You can look at it.
is there an obvious fire pit like at this area where we
Sure.
decided
He's
to
been
go?
telling folks to camp there, so sure.
I'll look at him and I'll look at the fire pit and I'll firebolt it. You know, shit like that.
Now I gotta say, you're first folk I've seen do any of this.
Well-
Give me my hat back.
You're lucky.
The hand will become visible and just like lift the hat off my head and put it back on his head and pat it a couple of times and then just
Some-
disappear.
This is some Adams Family shit.
Yeah,
Well,
you are not
this
wrong.
crap started when the event did.
And honestly, I'd give it up if I could. Yeah, no, I am 100%. I would give it up if I could.
I'm not sure you should.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. It's wonderful. Thank you. I pull out my cell phone. Thank you for everything. I am so grateful.
She's doing
Don't
that
worry
talking to
about
God
her.
thing again, dude. What is
There's-
going?
Like we were saying, we were dodging the specifics because it sounds insane. But you know, the dots that connected say that the stranger we met could be a werewolf.
Yep. We can't prove it, and it makes no sense.
And it
But we
sounds
think
insane.
Griff's a werewolf.
We know
And
magic
because
is
of this
real.
crap, that's why we think.
Huh. Well, not gonna lie, you folks just gave me a hell of a lot to digest.
I'm sure. it
We
took us
feel
a
the
bit
same
too.
way.
Wait until you fight. What? Wait until you got to fight a zombie or some shit like that. That's
yeah,
gonna be fun.
there's zombies now, by the way.
You
Yes.
might want to watch out for those.
You know, I haven't heard back from Billy.
And who's
Down at the
Billy?
he's our mortician down at the funeral home. I ain't heard back from him for a couple days. You saying I got to
Wait a
worry
minute.
about him
Is
dying
that
from
down
the
that
dead
way?
guy? Yeah,
Unfortunately.
We
just
need
off
to
the
go
highway.
check.
Yeah,
Whoa,
we
whoa,
should go there.
Why are we
now.
volunteering for this mission?
Because we've dealt
He
with
don't
it
believe
before.
us.
I don't believe us, and I'm living it.
I know. We will be happy to follow you, but we need to go down and check that out.
Because if there's one thing that's going to make you believe in this shit, it's a dude who's been eaten and still moving around.
Oh.
Well, we could try it.
Hey,
Last
you know
bodies
what?
we
If
put in
we're
there were the
wrong,
Richardson
then we're
boys.
wrong.
If I see
hope
the
we're
Richardson boys up and walking around, shit, I might just about believe anything.
We
I
should
think
leave
we should go
Jacob
down.
at the coffee shop.
Yes. Jacob needs to stay here somewhere. Yeah.
Is
Over
there
the church.
is
You
there
know
a
what?
safe
Someone
place
should
that
stay
Jacob
with Jacob.
could
Is there a
stay
safe? We're
with?
asking the sheriff of the town. If
The
there's a safe
deputies
place.
came with us. Can the deputy?
If there's zombies,
Hang
my
here.
deputy's coming with me.
Okay.
I want him
However-
to be safe, however, and I know that this potentially is not.
My wife, if you'd be all right with it, she loves having the kids around.
How close to the north side of town do you live?
I actually live just down the street from Pete's. Pete's.
Oh, we'd have to double back.
Yeah.
It's really not. You didn't go very far.
Okay.
Yeah, we
You're not
can't
very
really
far
have to
from
double
Pete's.
back anyway.
Well, I guess that'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'd just rather the kid be with somebody.
You're literally
No.
like a quarter mile.
All right, that's fine.
Like you got off Pete's place, and that's about it.
Well, let's
So-
drop him off and we'll go with you.
All right. You guys drop the boy off, and you head off to to get to where the funeral home is. This is going to help half of you guys listening at home, but for those of you who know, the rifle bypass takes you up by the high school,
Mhm.
right where that meets the highway.
Yeah.
That's where the funeral home is. It's
Okay.
right at that offshoot.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Right there. So, which I didn't know that's what I've been driving past every day, but according to Google Maps, that is the place, and it's closed on the weekends. It opens
Who
on
would've
Monday. According to Google.
Cool.
So, takes a little bit. I mean, it's not.
Sorry, you can only die
Probably
Monday through Friday.
Right.
It's the other side of Rifle from where you are. It's about as far from where you are in Rifle as you can get, but so 30-minute ride. You guys get there and you come up to the front door and sheriff says, "Look, I'm gonna go through. I holler, you guys come in after me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put." This is a whole lot of shit to deal with all at one moment here. I'm not going to enter a small room with you potentially crazy individuals.
I get it.
We've
Deputy,
had 3 weeks to deal with this. It's fresh to you. Go for it.
We feel still crazy too. Wow, that was
If-
a good word right there.
Good
If
words.
we
Doing the
hear-
words.
Trouble,
We
we
still
are
crazy
going
feel
to
too.
come in and do our best to help.
if what you folks is saying is really in there, I'm all right with y'all coming in after me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fight a fucking zombie.
Shoot for the head.
Yep.
Yeah, and you do see him, when you say shoot, he unbuttons the
Just like
pistol
Walking
retainer. That was a little high fantasy for my taste. Closest thing I watch is that Yellowstone. That's
I
some
did
good
not watch
TV
that.
there.
I've not seen it.
He
That's a little
unclips
too
his
Western for my taste.
pistol retainer on his leather belt.
It's TV.
And let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I
I'm
got
on it.
11.
I'm ready this time, you guys.
Elliot.
Good.
30.
God damn.
Oh, shit.
Elliot is about it,
I
bro.
got a nat 20 on my initiative.
All right.
Good Lord.
I have
did
a
I.
hunch you'll be first.
I did. Jeez.
23. I also got a nat 20.
Jesus.
Damn.
James,
23. Also a
the hell?
natural 20.
Wow.
I need
We are
you two to re-roll. You got the same shit.
16.
7.
'Kay.
And there goes my luck.
4. Emery, you said 11.
Yep.
And Olnak.
18 plus 2, dirty 20.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
We are on top of it today. honestly, this whole thing was making me really nervous.
God, yeah.
I don't want to get arrested by an imaginary sheriff in an imaginary place with an imaginary murder.
See, I thought that we were getting a peg for the Richardson one. I was not expecting the most recent deaths to be pinned on us.
Yeah,
that was a
as I saw
curveball.
his reaction to the prison body,
had-
I was like, "Oh shit, we just incriminated ourselves."
Not really.
Well, the funny thing is...
we had an alibi for the other shit.
Well, the funny thing is, though, is that, like, going through this whole thing, like, because of the whole Richardson boys, like, I didn't want to fight them to begin with, much less kill them, so I was sort of conflicted on that one. But as soon as they started trying to incriminate us for the other murders, it's like, wait, listen here, motherfucker.
We killed those other dickheads, but we didn't kill those people. Right, like,
That's kind of where I was at. I'm like, that is not a Mel response. I need to tone that down a little.
Man, that would be such a great interrogation tactic. Start saying, like all of these other deaths are on you as well. It's just like, no, I only killed these people.
Yeah, no, that would probably work on me.
Yeah,
That's what a plea deal comes from. Here's how many things I can charge you with. I'll only charge you with these if you say you did it.
Yep.
So you guys see the sheriff push open the door.
As he's walking in, can I hand the silver dagger to James and
Yeah.
say, "This might be more use to you than it is to me"?
Ooh, all right.
You see the sheriff enter.
He's got
The
a
door
deputy
closes
with him, right?
behind him. So you guys just kind of, this is not real. I picked a mortuary off the internet. You are on the western face of the building. That's where the entrance is. So you will be walking eastward into the building. The main entrance is pretty much right in the middle of this wall. It's equidistant on each side of the door to the corner of the building. And what you can see through the door, because it's a glass door, it looks very much like a typical, just like a doctor's waiting area, honestly. Pretty bland and blasé. So the sheriff walks in, and you can see him walk through the lobby, and there's a door on the other end of the lobby that he goes through, and it's got one of those hydraulic arms, so it shuts itself behind him. There's a little bit of time. I'm sure it's a little tense because you guys have a decent idea as to what he may or may not be encountering in here. And after about 2-3 minutes, you hear a yell and you hear a gunshot go off within the building.
That's the signal, right?
That's
We're
the
going.
signal.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
We
gotta
let's
go get him.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Maybe we should wait for a second gunshot. Maybe it was like early.
He just got startled by
Yeah.
a rat.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're going in.
Serve some right for accusing us of things we didn't kill.
So the door is unlocked. You do have the deputy out there with you as well. He is going in. He heard the sheriff yell and shoot a gun, so he's on his way. He's unholstering his sidearm, and he makes his way into the lobby area. You guys hot on his heels?
Did we mention the ghost to them? I don't think we
We-
mentioned the ghost to them.
We mentioned zombies, at least. That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Boy, I don't think that sheriff could really handle a couple extra years added to him. That's
Well,
gonna be a problem.
hopefully,
We should go get in there.
Hopefully
That's
it
a good
wasn't a
point.
ghost.
Let's hope there's not a ghost here.
Yeah,
I hope there's not a ghost here.
I don't ever want to experience that. That looked horrible.
Yeah, let's just keep moving.
So upon entering the mortuary, you see a poorly lit room. All you have is the outside light coming in. There's no candles in here trying to light it or anything of that nature. You could tell that this place is designed to be as non-offensive as possible. The floor is a well-maintained tile floor, and on the walls you can see pamphlets for advice on grief, pictures of Jesus, a crucifix, a very small section for information regarding Jewish funerary rites, and like a dusty stack of the other religions.
Well, it is rifle.
It does fit the area, yeah.
They have them. They're not probably super sure why. There's not a lot of Sikhs in rifle, but and if you were to swap this out with information on like the flu, this could be a doctor's waiting office. You do hear commotion further in the building. There's very obviously a scuffle. So I assume you guys continue forward.
Yep.
That's to the east of the lobby.
Yes, straight line through. And it's maybe a 10, 15 foot room. It's not big. As you pass through the door, you open up to a much larger room with a narrow hallway to your right 3 doors to your left, and a set of double doors straight ahead. This room is quite a bit darker. It's in the center of the building. There's no windows. There's just a skylight above, so it's fairly dimly lit. The flooring is a nice plush carpet, and as soon as the door shuts behind you, it's almost eerily quiet in here, save for the scuffle at the far end.
Towards the double doors.
In that direction, yeah.
In the room that we're in, or on the other side of the doors?
It doesn't. It's from the other end of the room. As you proceed forward, there's another hallway that branches off to your right. That's where the scuffle's coming from. As you're walking through, you see off on your left, the rooms are labeled. There's a chapel A, the family room, a chapel B. Room directly ahead of you is the casket display room. Its door is cracked open, but it's not open. And then as you come to the end of the hall, or the end of this room, there's a hallway branches off to your right that has the body prep area. And that is very obviously where you're hearing the fighting coming from.
Can
Let's go
we
that way.
actually see anything, or is it like pitch black?
You can see it's just poorly lit.
Okay.
I can see fine. I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, everything's just black and white. But
Oh, it's really dark in
Yeah,
here.
it's really dark.
It's literally one skylight that they've never cleaned.
Just got
So-
dusty moonlight.
Yeah.
All right.
So you make your way towards the body prep area where the sound of violence is very obviously coming from. As you're approaching it, think any episode of NCIS where they've gone to the autopsy lab. You've got hard tile floors. This is a waxed VCT. They have a big stainless steel table in the dead center. That's very obviously got a recess in it with a drain in the middle. You're pretty able to guess that's probably where they do the cutting. And as you get closer, you see on the right side of this room, that wall is covered with like a bookcase and filing cabinets, things of that nature. A lot of medically looking, boring ass books. And then on the opposing wall, you see I'm sure they got a better name for them, but the body fridge with the slidey metal racks.
It's just called a cooler.
Oh, that's more on the nose than I would have guessed, honestly.
Yeah. I kind of liked body fridge, honestly.
It's
Yeah.
just the cooler.
Yeah. So
they're
you see
all just
the-
meat drawers, though.
You see the cooler on the left, and there's
Got the crisper.
there's no produce.
That was dark.
Oh, that's good shit. But the thing that really dominates your vision is the sheriff is standing in the middle of this room, well, as close to the middle as he can, next to the big table, with his gun drawn, and there appear to be hands crawling at him.
Yikes.
Oh,
Just
that's
hands?
unexpected.
Undetached hands,
Yeah,
yes.
that's not so bad.
Are the hands like on the floor?
There is one on the bookcase next to him. Looks like as much as a hand can, it's crouched and ready to pounce.
Yeah, very. What from the Addams
Yeah,
Family,
yeah,
whatever.
very
Yeah,
much
thing.
so.
The thing. Yeah.
There is one on the table. There is, that's what you see easily. Looks like the sheriff might be fighting with something, but his back is turned to you.
Okay.
That's concerning.
What were
Anyway,
they doing in here that involved the removal of so many hands from bodies? I'm concerned about that.
that's not standard
That's
cremation
right.
or whatever.
This part of the state doesn't have a good track record with
like
mortuaries.
that's a little scary
No.
unto
No, it
itself. Like, what were they doing in the mortuary that they were cutting off all the hands?
They wanted to make sure that they were disarmed.
Hollywood
it was
needed a
for
lot
Larry's
of hand models.
taxidermy stuff. He does that weird stuff with the. Maybe you might not know Larry. That's fine.
The black market hand modeling
Yeah.
agency.
He's on the dark web. Anyway,
Horrible.
Uh,
I think instinctively, Emery is going to have the instinct to defend herself, and she's going to cast mage armor as we jump into.
we can have that happen
assuming
now.
initiative.
You did that
We
on
run
your way
into the
in,
room. I see zombie hands. I'm like, oh shit, and cast a spell.
and it brings your AC to
14.
14. All right. You are no longer the super squishy.
Do you flashbang the rest of the party?
Oh shit, I forgot that's a spell.
Yeah, yeah, that's a thing.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, thank God.
Unlike some sorcerers we know.
I don't like how many times we're rolling.
Yeah, that didn't sound great.
I'm still upset by the disembodied ones.
Elliot is up first.
So Elliot doesn't know he can actually do this, but because of his dread ambusher, his speed increases for this turn only by 10 feet. So he is going to move blindingly fast to the nearest hand, and he's going to draw. While he's doing that, he's going to draw one of his machetes, and he is going to attack whatever the closest hand is. What, hand 3?
Sure. We'll say it's hand 3. That is hand on table.
Okay. And on table.
Sheriff's kind of making it hard to get to hand on bookcase.
Got it. So hand on table. I'm going to make my first attack. 15.
15 hits.
4 points of slashing damage.
All right. Describe how you kill a hand.
I just step forward and I bring it down with all my might and just cleave it in half against the table. I have another attack, and I've got some more movement.
Yeah, you
on
do.
my first turn, only have a second attack.
So you intentionally blindingly moved quickly in.
Yes.
You can easily see now the sheriff is fighting with a hand.
Okay.
There's a hand on the bookcase next to the sheriff. Just for the sake of you moved intentionally quickly, can I get a quick perception? Pretty easy to see.
17.
There is a hand behind you that you had no way of seeing as you sprinted in.
Okay. But I'm
So it'd be
not in
close to
melee
you.
with it person.
Not
currently.
yet, but you can move into melee. easily.
Right. I'm actually going to attack the hand that the sheriff's fighting with.
Okay.
This
It
will-
is, just for description, it's cliche. He is holding the hand, trying to keep it from clawing at his face.
Perfect.
So this is one of those rare situations where a nat 1 might have negative
Gotcha.
consequences.
And I'm going to say, Sheriff, hold still. And I'm going to swipe at it. Yes. It's like 23.
Yeah.
An additional 4 points of slashing damage.
Beautiful. Describe that one.
And since he's holding it from him, I'm able to thread the machete right between the fingers and right between his hands. So when it cuts it, it goes in, and his hands they pull it apart as if they'd ripped a sheet of paper.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
Alrighty. Whilst you are doing that, you hear, because nothing else rolled as well as you did.
We did really well.
Yeah, and I don't know if I have a thing that can roll anywhere near a fucking 30.
He rolled a nat
Joke.
20 last time.
Yeah.
That's how we got there.
Actually,
so.
James, somebody else rolled a nat 20 as well, right?
yeah, that'd be James.
And Mel rolled a
And
nat
Mel.
20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we had to roll off to see.
Yeah,
who
it
went
was a
first.
hot roll for
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
It was great.
Not me.
So, actually, we'll just go James's turn. So, we're nat 20s.
All right. I'm going to step into the room, comment on the. Dang, Elliot, how'd you move so fast? Hold timer. I'm going to survey, check to see if any of the hands are currently in melee with anyone.
Not currently, no. You can see from where you're at, you can see the hand on the bookcase.
Okay, I'll just fire the my longbow at the hand on the bookcase.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
Yep. Probably just describe it.
This is roll the 1. Yeah, that's 6 points of damage. So
Yeah.
the hand's like racing to pounce, and it's gonna leap, and I'm gonna shoot it out of the air. Just
Perfect.
Hit it to a wall.
yeah.
You pin it to a book entitled Black's Anatomy.
Bad book. Drama.
Like, Grey's Anatomy is an actual.
It is an actual
Medical
book,
text.
and
Yeah.
it is boring as hell.
I did not know that.
I'll probably use the rest of my movement to get into the room as much as possible, and probably find a corner and attempt to hide if
Perfect.
possible.
No. Nothing
No?
to hide behind. There's
No?
a big ass
Okay.
stainless steel
Just
table,
open.
but
Okay.
it's got an open bottom to it. There's really no hiding in here.
Gotcha.
So for you, do you want to hide next to the filing cabinet bookcases?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you're able to kind of scooch around. Now that you're in the room, you can see the hand. It's on the exact opposite corner of the room from you that Elliot chose to not attack.
Okay.
And that's your turn. You only have one attack, correct?
Yeah. Was I able to like get out of sight enough to attempt to?
There's nothing.
I-
hiding
okay,
in
cool.
here. It's a big open,
Yeah.
visible room.
I was hoping there was like a blind corner or something like that with bookcases.
No, they pretty much flush up to the wall.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, that is my turn.
All right, Mel. All the creatures you can currently easily see from your position in the doorway are dead.
Okay. I guess I'll step into the room. Can I see anything else without getting that far from the door?
There is now a hand to your left.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to firebolt it. 15 to hit.
And probably just describe it.
I'll just firebolt it, so it'll shoot the little bolt of fire at it that will completely like encompass the whole hand and just incinerate it. She's just gonna look at it. Ew.
Does it make the like dying alien noise or like?
I don't
It
know.
Crinkles and crackles a bit.
Oh, pop it
Not
chops a couple of
unlike
times.
bacon frying.
Yeah, yeah. Ew. And then I'm gonna leave the room again.
Back out of the room.
Right.
Ew.
Vegetarian
Oh,
shout
breakfast.
out.
Got it.
I moved the name of this room, not the person in it. All right, you're able to duck back into the hallway. In the hallway with you is Emery and Olmok and Deputy. Unknown name.
Shot timer.
There's hands, and they're alive, and they smell like ew. Just ew.
All right, did that work?
My
That
God,
changed shit.
Yeah.
Things
Okay.
got longer.
So
there's a lot of people
the
now.
first several hands are dead.
Okay.
You did do a good job of killing all the hands.
Mostly.
I can't imagine hands have high HP.
No.
They do not.
Probably like 3.
All right. So immediately after that happens, you hear in the body cooler moaning and banging start happening. And unfortunately, this body cooler wasn't closed all the way. So you see out of the upper lip of it, some fingers force their way through, grasp the ledge, and start pulling themselves out, sliding on the metal table. And there is an undead feller. Recently undead feller, who I believe is missing a head. Pulling himself out of the cabinet. So he takes his action of coming out of the cabinet and putting his feet on the ground. That's what he does on his turn. It is Olmok's turn.
How far am I away from Ichabod Crane?
You can reach anything in this room.
I'm fucking going after Headless Zombie Guy.
All right. Headless zombie guy conveniently plants himself kind of close to the opposite corner of you, so you're able to get there. This does put you between the body coolers and the table. Just so you know, you can't left or right. You can front or back only.
Shit. I have to do this before I move, huh? Can I go into a rage?
You can do that.
Let's do that. I want
I
to
don't
go
think
into a
that has to
rage
happen
and
for
just
you.
like, yeah, I'm going in hot. You know?
Yeah, you go into a rage.
The patented hiya.
21.
21 hits.
And then
It's the Pentagon one.
Looks like a soccer ball.
fucking 5.
5 damage.
Did you add
Really?
your 5?
Yeah, plus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, plus 5. Plus 5. So 7.
What?
5 plus 5 would
Hey,
be...
I think
No, it's a 2 plus 5.
Oh.
So I added plus 3 at first.
Oh my god.
Oh, your math's not mathing. All right.
7.
He eats it.
Show your work.
Write it down.
He eats that damage, and he rotates his torso in your direction.
Nice. This
He
is. I made a
looks
mistake,
that
guys.
way.
This was a bad idea.
If he had a head, he'd be glaring.
This is the one fight where you can't yell decapitation.
Yep.
And that has him very angry, apparently.
The sheriff is going to spend his action trying to collect himself on this round.
Which is fair.
Goddamn scary.
Yeah, he's now holding 2 pieces of Asian.
Yeah, he does drop them.
Yeah, I bet.
He just jumped into an
And
episode.
he
of
actually surveys the ground, finds his sidearm, and picks it back up. That's his turn. The deputy surveys the scene and just kind of, sheriff? And sheriff just says, dude, get him.
Sick
Shoot
'em.
the dead guy.
So deputy pulls his baton due to the close proximity. He doesn't want to start firing guns in here. He pulls his baton and he makes his way to get over there. He doesn't quite reach. He's not going to dash up to it. So he's about 5 feet from being in melee with the headless dead man.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hurt him.
Got some stones.
That brings us to Emery.
Emery is going to take a step into the room to get a view on what's going on. And then I am going to cast a frostbite at dead guy.
Okay.
That's a save on his part. It's a con save.
Pretty sure he fails. But
So he takes 3 cold damage, and he
Okay.
has disadvantage on his next weapon attack.
okay.
Thank you.
Unarmed attack. In case maybe.
Dude, the cojones on this deputy
I know,
going
right?
into combat with a headless
Do you
dude with a
think that things
baton.
without heads can take psychic damage?
Sorry, that was 3 damage.
Yeah, just 3.
Asking.
Asking for a friend.
That depends if he's sentient or not,
Right.
and can comprehend what's going on around him.
God damn it.
I thought James wasn't funny.
No, this is out of character. Downs can't help himself.
That's very true.
The 3 hands lose their turn because they are dead. At this point in time, you hear a very similar moaning sound coming
Hey, look on the
from
right side, he's not gonna
back
bite.
down the hallway behind you guys. And you hear a fairly loud thump.
Oh, great.
And then the sounds of shamblingness. Shambling.
I know that vicious mockery and other jokes are just going to go.
She's doing the shambling.
And then you guys hear a much less pleasant sound than what you've been hearing. You hear a just god-awful, unearthly shriek. And from the wall behind Elliot comes a scary black specter creature.
Do you want to take that description again and be spookier?
It is wearing a beat up, sweaty cowboy hat. It is dressed in farm clothing. It is wavering in and out of visibility. It comes straight out of the wall, comes straight up to Elliot. And it goes to Snecky.
Armor class 14.
14.
Am I crazy, or is Elliot fighting a spectral version of himself?
And it just barely misses you. But it is right up in your grill in melee with you.
Bob and weave, Elliot, bob and weave.
And then in some of the other body coolers, you hear scratching noises of things trying to make their way out.
God damn it, does no good lock their body fridge.
I think the rest of them are locked, and that's why we're only hearing scratching. And they're not actually coming out yet.
I wish my firebolt was bigger.
Yeah, they have that. It's called a fireball.
James doesn't know that.
And that brings us back to the top of the round. Elliot, you have got a scary dead cowboy. Looks very familiar up in your face.
No idea what you're talking about.
We never met the Richardson boys.
How'd you know that's them?
Good guess.
You said you brought him here, right?
Yeah, you said you brought him down to the only morgue in town.
This isn't in character.
That's
I
good.
don't-
Elliot is going
This is just
to
riffing.
recoil in horror at this visage in front of him. And since he's now done this, he's going to reflexively cast as a bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And then he is going to make an attack with his machete.
Perfect.
and he's going to miss wonderfully with his machete.
Mm.
And he just kind of blindly thrusts it forward at a very poor swing and doesn't even come close to this entity.
Fair. Remind me, Hunter's marking it does what to it?
I get extra damage against it.
Okay. It doesn't have, like, disadvantage or anything.
Nope. All it does is it gives me one more d6 of damage, and the Hunter's Mark is magical damage.
Nice. I fucked up and listened to a 4th edition podcast all week.
Oh no.
Where marking things in that podcast
Does.
makes a difference to the creature too. Cool. James, there is a scary ass dead dude in the room, and there is a scarier ass ghost right up in Elliot's grill. You are far closer to the headless dead man.
Oh, okay.
You are 15 feet from the headless dead man.
Okay. I'm gonna take a sec to assess the situation. I'm gonna look over at Olnak and see like how he's doing with the headless dude. If he's gonna be okay for
It's
a
Olnak.
sec.
He probably looks fine.
Yeah.
He looks thrilled to be in battle.
I might look a little panicked because it did not do the damage I was hoping. But otherwise, good.
I'm gonna think like the last time that we fought like a spectral kind of thing, it aged up Emery real bad. So I don't
which
want.
is freaking me the hell out.
Yeah, I don't want Elliot to
Elliot
turn.
doesn't got much room left. Yeah.
I don't got 30 years.
Yeah, I don't want Elliot to turn into dust. So I'm gonna pull out the silver dagger and I'm gonna go for the spectral scary ass dude.
Perfect. You get up and melee with him. Alrighty.
I'm going to attempt to stab it.
Attempt to stab.
Yeah, that is a 17.
Yep.
Nice, and I get sneak attack because it's a melee.
All right.
So with a silver dagger, did you want the dagger damage then sneak attack or all
Yes,
together?
please. Separate.
Okay,
Please.
cool. The dagger damage was 7 points with the silvered, and the sneak attack was 11.
Perfect. You can tell that the silvered weapon, true to the elves' word, fucked it up.
Nice.
It
cool.
is not okay with that.
Start
We
yelling
hear
at
that
it.
creepy scream thing again? Fuck yeah.
It's like, leave Elliot alone. He's the only one with outdoor experience.
It looks directly at you now, and it is not pleased.
Uh-oh.
You can see its eye, where the eyes should be, are just this burning red, and you can feel it just boring into your soul as it stares at you. And with that, it's Mel's turn.
Mel, can she see anything from the doorway?
From
Or-
the doorway, you can see the headless dead man.
Okay, but I hear the awful
Oh,
screeching
you hear
noise.
the awful screeching.
Okay,
There
I'm gonna
was
go.
noise from the hallway behind us
There
too.
is also noise in the hallway behind you.
And you're in the hallway.
I'm going into the room. And so once into the room, I'm guessing I can now see the scary spectral thing.
Yeah, he is right next to you now.
Oh, shit.
You stepped right next to the scary
So I'm going to walk into the room and go, oh, shit. And I'm going to take a gamble and hope this works. I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it. The
Okay.
spectral. It's a wisdom save for psychic damage. The save is 14. That is 21 points of psychic
Good
damage.
God.
And when that hits, it does that awful screechy noise that I do when I
Your cell
when I
phone?
when I telepathically talk to people.
It does the
But
same noise back to me.
only the specter can hear it.
Oh, thank God.
Dope. It
I love that.
is now equally unfond of you.
I scream back at it.
It like winces. You can watch it. Ah!
All right. That brings us
You headless.
to Headless.
Great.
So you're directly in melee with Headless. So he's going to try to hit you. It's going to swipe at you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to swipe at you with its gnarly... Now that you're really up close, you can see its hands are wrong. So the fingers are longer than they should be. They end with some wicked nails.
Okay. Really talony.
Very talony. And it rolls a 16 plus 5 to hit you.
Ball sack. That's dead on.
All right. That's 12 damages.
Fuck.
of the slashing variety.
Well, it's a good thing I half that to 6.
You do indeed do that. Have it to 6. And now I need you to make
There we
a Constitution saving throw, please, my friend.
Okay. Fucking nat 20.
You have nothing else occur to you.
Nice.
You feel fine.
I just gotta go,
surprisingly.
what the hell? Ow!
And now, confusingly, it's your turn, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Again. All right.
So you started within 5 feet of this guy.
This fucker's probably poisoned me or something. All right, here we go. That's a 19 plus 4.
You're
Get
good.
fucked.
One thing you do notice about this bad boy is he's stinky.
Ah.
He smells real bad.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
And you're okay. It's your turn. Go ahead and
Okay.
do your things.
We just spent a couple
I was
days
trying not to
dismembering
park all
dead
over him.
things.
All right.
It's true. We are kind of
Yeah, right.
used
I
to
just
this
gutted an
smell.
elk and shit for the first time.
Yeah,
I'm good.
We're kind of used to things.
We also
smelling
tanned
awful.
hide. There's a good chance that we can't smell for shit.
Can we have advantage on those constitutions?
Right? Because literally everything smells like
Yeah.
tanned hide
Yep.
at this point.
I might allow it if you were doing worse.
Right.
That's fair.
I'm gonna attack Headless
Makes sense.
because he just swiped me and I don't like that.
It did not feel good.
That's fucking terrible though. That's a 5 plus 5, so 10, I guess.
You miss. You miss him. You go to swipe at him, and it just bats your hand away. It's surprisingly strong. Or it bats your axe away.
Yeah,
It's
it's
surprisingly
real
strong.
agile, especially
Yeah.
for something that shouldn't be able to see.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't expect that.
And with that, it is the sheriff's turn. He is going to aim at the spooky dude.
That
And
doesn't really narrow it down any.
Spectre. The Spectre
Okay.
is the biggest immediate threat to him. It's by far the closest to him. So he is going to aim his weapon, which is there it is. And he is going to aim and take fire at the ghosty boy. And he hits, nails it right through the center of the ghost.
Does the bullet just like whiz through the ghost and just keep going into the wall?
17.
I hope
It does,
not.
yeah. It goes straight through the drywall.
Jesus.
Yeah. There's no exit from
What?
this ghost.
What you're doing with that?
Elliot and James are both in melee with
Yeah,
this ghost that I just shot.
line of fire,
Yeah.
line of fire.
He is thankfully in a spot where he can shoot it without you being in danger from a good, well-placed shot.
We're still scared.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make us feel as much better as it should.
And it doesn't seem to do the damage it should. The ghost just eats it, and it hurts it. You can tell it's not happy about this, but compared to what your silver dagger did, ain't that big of a deal.
Aim for center mass of something that has mass.
Yeah. Mass matters. And that brings us to the deputy who steps up to Headless and engages with him, baton drawn. And he goes to smack Headless right between the shoulders.
Is he bringing the baton down right where the stump is?
Yeah, yes. Right between the shoulders. So I guess the top of the spine?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
yeah, that would hurt. Like,
I've had things dropped on my spine right there. That doesn't feel good.
I think
he hits.
him being headless, I don't think he has to worry about it. Pain, really?
Fair point.
He hits and does some damage to it.
Some, a little bit.
And now it's Emery's turn. You are in a hallway. You heard a scary noise behind you, and there's a bunch of scary noise in front of you.
So can I see the specter from where I am?
Where you are in the hallway, no, you can't. It's around the corner. You could peek your head in and see it,
I
but
thought I had stepped into the room. Okay.
you definitely can see Headless. You can hear the ghosty. You can hear
Yeah.
it. You know there's something very obviously there.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Sorry, I had it in my brain that I could see it and I was gonna react to that, and then I'm confused now.
If you need to see it, you can see it.
That's okay. I think I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath on myself. I've used this one before.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. And I'm going to because the room's pretty crowded.
It is.
Yeah.
It's wildly crowded at the entrance specifically.
Okay.
Everybody but Olnok and the deputy is rubbing shoulders.
So I'm gonna just avoid going into the room.
Okay.
But I'm going to look down the hallway and see if I can see what's coming.
You don't see anything yet. If you look back, you identify the sounds coming from Chapel B, which is straight down the hallway. The doors are kind of at a 45.
Okay.
So you can see the doors behind which you hear the sound.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to...
So that puts it like 20. The doors are 20 feet from you.
Cool. I'm going to... I can see Headless Guy.
Yes.
I'm going to cast another Frostbite on him. He needs to make another con save.
Okay.
Oh, it needs
Fails.
to have disadvantage on his attack. Too late now, but
We'll give it to him on the next one.
fuck yeah.
He takes another 3 cold damage.
Okay.
And he does have disadvantage on his next attack. I will try to remember that. And I'm just going to stay kind of posted up right at the doorway, but still in the
Perfect.
hallway. I can hear spooky ghost noises, and after my last encounter with the ghost, I'm not really interested in coming face to face with it.
Fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
You specifically. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yes.
My face is pale.
So now you hear the doors behind you, just because it's next in initiative, the doors behind you get slammed into a couple of times, opening them, and out steps a very similar state of undead, also headless being. And he steps out. He ends his turn 10 feet from you.
Cool. Hate that. There's more in the hall.
Cool. She says.
Got a problem back here! Yeah.
And now
I'm pretty fucking squishy.
the Wraith does not like where it's at right now. It's got 3 of y'all right up on it. One of y'all's got a short little dagger that hurts like a son of a duck.
One of you screams that it's mine.
yeah. That confuses it greatly. So it is going to step through the wall.
Oh, that's great.
Are we able to get attacks of opportunity at it?
Sure.
Excellent. Stab it.
Nice.
Egg salad.
Bastard. That is a 22.
Okay.
I assume that hits.
Yep.
Dagger.
That's a 24.
You don't get sneak attack on your opportunities, though, correct?
Yes.
Yes, I'm correct, or yes?
Yes, you are correct.
Wow, that's lame.
What is your damage?
6 points of silver damage.
Perfect.
I did 1 point of fire damage.
What'd you roll to hit?
24.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you do. You do 1 point of fire.
That's
I don't even need to double check that.
Elliot missed. He total 9.
Okay. And so it goes through the wall.
It doesn't help with hitting.
Already.
Just
That
the
just hurts
damage.
the damage.
Oh, okay.
I
And-
can follow it, but I can't. It doesn't help it.
Right in front of Emery, it phases
good.
through the doors.
Oh, no.
Joy.
Oh,
You hear a
Emery.
shriek from the hallway.
And
Oh, the ghost.
yeah, you hear or you hear the Wraith shriek, and then you hear Emery shriek.
I'd love to think that James is like, shit, where'd it go? And then the scream happens. Like, there it is.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
That's not
It
a
just
good
rolled a
sign.
nat 20 to hit.
Oh,
Oh no, Emery!
So it's a 26 beat your AC.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm going to have you take, fuck. This is going to hurt.
Yeah, it is.
Man, Emery and spectral things do not mix.
I have a fear of ghosts now. Like legitimate.
It drops you.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh
shit!
my god.
Yep, it dropped you. 21 points of damage.
Oh, my God.
So you hear Emery scream, and then there's a thud in the hole.
Oh God!
Oh,
And that's going to end its turn.
Oh.
And you hear some more clawing from the cabinets, taking us back up to Elliot. There is now a headless man. He is 10 feet diagonal from you, behind you. You hear Emery just screamed. You hear shambling out in that hallway.
Elliot is going to draw his second machete, so he's got one in each hand.
Okay.
He's going to step into the nearest headless guy.
Okay. Yeah. Just for the sake of being able to get there, you do go around the table, but you can reach him.
Okay.
So now you, Olnak, and Deputy are in melee with him.
Got it. So I'm going to swing twice.
Okay.
First one, 22
Hits.
for 9 points of slashing damage.
He's still up.
The
He's
second
pretty
one is a
rough.
nat 20.
Okay. Describe it.
So he is going to, when he runs up to him, he's going to slash right-handed across his chest, and then with his return stroke, he's going to bring his left hand across his belly, and he's just going to open up the cavity, and whatever falls out, falls out.
Yeah.
Rough.
The thing that already smells atrocious just spilled its guts.
Yeah.
all
It
over you.
Nice.
is foul in this room now. It's rough.
Again, we should be used to this by now. That's
And then-
been our
It's
lives.
the first time it's got on me.
He's not even going to really pause. He's just going to say, "We're coming, Emery!" And then he's going to use the rest of his
That
movement.
took everything around and over to him.
Oh, okay.
So that
Never
that's
mind.
He's braced to take off.
We're still coming.
In a minute.
I'm waiting here one way or another, so.
Not going anywhere.
And the one in the hallway's also headless, so it's not going to start chewing on me.
There's
That's
that.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
a plus.
You're welcome, I think, probably. I don't know.
James,
All right,
there
James.
is nothing in the room with you but your buddies and something scratching in the closet. Cooler.
I'm gonna step into the hallway, see an unconscious Emery,
Yes.
and I'm gonna see the spectral thing. And it's like, oh, great, she passed out. Not thinking that the thing attacked her.
Truly murdered me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do I have enough movement to get to the spectral
Oh,
thing?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
you can
I'm
get up there.
gonna run up to it and stab at it with the dagger again.
Oh, so delicately step over Emery.
sorry. Oops, sorry.
And now you are pretty much right in the doorway it came out of. But you gotta go for it.
Okay, I'm going to stab. That is a 17 to hit again.
It is not in melee, so there is no sneak attack damage on this one.
Yeah. So it's another 6 points of silvered dagger damage.
It's looking pretty rough.
Haha.
You're getting it pretty. You're putting a hurt on them.
Chipping away.
I'm going to use a cunning action, haha, to disengage
Okay.
and step back away from it.
Into the room through the doors or back into the surgical lab.
Probably off to the side so that the rest of my buddies can get out into the hallway. Probably like off to the side.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You are standing in front of the men's room.
Okay, cool.
Convenient.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. That brings us to Mel.
Uh,
You can see down the hallway. You can see the wraith from where you're standing.
I can see the wraith from
And
where
you
I'm
can see
standing, but
headless.
I can also can I see that Emery's down on the
Yes.
floor.
She's
So-
between you and them.
I'm
As-
in the doorway.
As
pretty
everyone's
much.
just learned that Mel does not value relationships, Mel might be having a moment of personal growth. So Mel sees Emery on the ground, and after the last time we had a wraith and Emery, she's like in a panic. Oh my God, Emery, what happened? What do we do? And so Mel doesn't actually realize she has this particular skill yet, but in her panic of trying to get Emery back awake and not dying, she casts Spare the Dying.
Okay. Go ahead and read that description.
When you touch the creature, they become stable.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I don't have to roll
she doesn't have any
dex
hit points or anything, but she's not actively dying.
Perfect.
So again, Mel's in a panic, like, "Oh my God, Emery, you're like 100 years old and you've died, and we can't rescue you, and we don't know." She's like just this flood of chatter as she's like trying to feel for wounds.
I think it's like a spiritual wound, really.
Well, Mel doesn't know, and it's probably a good thing it's a spiritual wound, or else Mel would have just made it worse.
Sticking your hands in my
Yeah, pretty much.
my business.
Ew.
I feel that could have been phrased better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That wasn't it.
My brain was distracted also.
She's like slapping you in the face. Like,
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I was thinking about bacteria in open wounds.
I know what you were thinking about, but that's still...
Yeah. Apologies.
All right. Headless dude number 1 doesn't get a turn because he's dead, so that brings us to Olnak. You are in a room next to a fucking gross corpse.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Re-corpse.
A corpse squared. I want to run out to help, but I also have no personal idea if I can do a damn thing to a ghost.
Okay.
So, trying to think. How far away is second headless creature?
He is... You can get to him. You will be in melee with both.
Fuck it. Here we go. Going in headstrong.
I'll put you next to Headless instead of right next to Wraith, but you're in melee with both.
Okay.
ironic headstrong.
Yep, I want to go after headless because I really don't think I can attack Ghosty.
Perfect. This Headless dude looks as good as a Headless dead man can.
Yeah. Which is still pretty awful.
Yeah, it's gross. Go ahead and roll that sweet attacky roll.
Fuck. 12.
Oh, you miss.
Damn it. Was I close?
You were
Son of a bitch.
very...
It rolled off of a 20. It was so sad to see.
You have 5?
Yeah.
That's an 8. That should be 13.
Oh. Does that help?
It does help. It
Oh.
hits. You're very
Yay!
close.
It's like, that's an 8 on his die. That should be not 12.
And I'm in a rage, so I get a 11.
Okay. You hit him,
Yay.
and he is not very happy about it.
But he's not dead.
No. He's
Which is-
okay.
Which is
I mean,
fine.
he's not okay. He's missing a head, but
Yeah.
he's missing it slightly more now.
Take a chunk just out of the chest. Trying to chisel away at him, you know?
Yeah. The sheriff is going to turn, not understanding that you magically healed Emery, and very understanding that he can't shoot his gun down this hallway because there's too many of you now in a line of fire. He will probably kill you guys. So he's going to drop and try to check and see if Emery is okay. And he's going to use his turn to drag you out of the hallway into the surgical room.
I appreciate that.
So now you guys don't have to...
Trip over me.
Yeah. The hall is clear. The deputy is going to move up next to the sheriff and see the scary ghost thing. And he too doesn't really know what to do to a ghost thing, so he is going to pause for a moment on this turn to see what hurts the ghost thing from your guys' efforts. He's never fought a ghost.
Which is fair.
Emery, you are asleep.
Yeah.
Hands dead. So, Headless Man is going to attack the only thing within reach with his claw attack upon an Olnak.
Damn it.
That's the problem with being in melee.
Yes. But I believe he misses. 11?
Yeah, I'm a 14.
Perfect.
Nice.
He misses. But he swipes at you, and you dodge this time because you felt that nasty hand, and you don't want it again.
Chest still the burning. I bobbed out of
It
it.
was a gross, very ouch.
Got that lean back. I'm like, oh, I'm talking shit too the whole time.
Nice. And with that, it brings us to the ghost's turn. It doesn't like you, James.
Understandable.
Because your little knife fucking hurts. So it moves to you. It moves right up to you.
All right. Come at me, you transparent son of a bitch.
And it is going to attack.
Don't put that out there.
Ooh, 11.
That misses.
It just barely misses.
Still missed.
And with that, those of you left in the surgical lab here clawing inside the coolers, and we're back up to Elliot.
Can Elliot get into melee with the Spectre?
Just out. You can get in melee with the other headless. You'll be 5 feet from Spectre.
Okay, I'll
It's
get in
just
with Headless.
too far.
And he's now got the 2, but he doesn't have Hunter's Mark on Headless. But he's going to take his 2 swipes with it.
Okay.
His first one is a 22
Hits.
to hit for 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the second one misses. It's a nat 1.
Oh, yep, that misses. But there's nobody nearby enough for that to be a bad thing.
Okay.
It's not fond of that having happened to it.
So when he hit it with his right hand, the recoil in his arm threw his second swipe off. It was more solid than he thought it would be.
And after aiming at a ghost, the contact was quite jarring.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I'm swiping through mist, and then I'm hitting things that are dry and not squishy.
With that, we are to James. There is a ghost trying to kill you.
Right. Thanks for putting that perspective.
Yeah.
Is the ghost thing still in melee with Olnak still, or did it move out of melee range?
It moved.
Okay, so it's no longer melee range with anything?
No.
Okay. Shit. Well, might as well keep stabbing at it, though.
Pokey poke.
Yeah, I'll take another stab at it. There we go. Hiya! That is a 18 to hit.
Hits.
A whopping 4 points of silver damage.
It is looking pretty rough.
All
it is
right.
not enjoying this game.
All right, I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Move backwards again, trying to goad the ghost to follow after me.
Okay.
It's like, come on, get me!
How far? Full movement?
Yeah, probably 30 feet.
Okay. We'll say you back yourself up towards Chapel 8. None of these rooms are very spacious.
Okay.
So your full movement, you can either fully move kind of back into the lobby, or you can fully move into the chapel.
I'll probably move towards the chapel.
Okay.
He's like, I got the spicy dagger, come and get me.
Mel.
Mel sees the sheriff take unconscious Emery, but what she thinks that Emery's dead at this point, because even if Emery was breathing, Mel was not in any state to notice. So Mel's gonna round on the Wraith again. And
Wraith is around a corner from you. You cannot see it.
I'm going to go follow it so that I can see it.
Just to make this as informed a decision as possible, that will put you in melee also with Headless.
That's
To see
fine.
it.
She
Okay.
doesn't really care at this moment.
Perfect.
She sees red. She's going.
Kill the Wraith.
Kill the Wraith. And she's going to cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
10?
Misses.
Mel's angry.
Fair.
Mel cusses.
She's also confused because she doesn't really know why she cares this much.
It kind of looks at you and chuckles.
Oh, that bastard. Oh.
I like it.
Olnak. You are attempting to attack a Headless Man.
Let's go again.
Oh,
Natty 20.
Nice.
That hits.
Yes.
Rolled into it. It was
Roll your
beautiful.
damage dice twice.
That's a 12 plus 5.
And then roll
Plus.
it again for
Roll it a
the.
second time.
12 plus 5 is 17 plus
5.
is 23.
22.
2.
If he ain't dead, he ain't happy.
It's 22. You're right. He is not happy.
Damn you. Like, you're a tough son of a bitch. You know that?
So you have 1 hit point left. The way you reacted to that, I was like, oh no.
Yep. Oh, and I apologize. At the start of your turn, you should have done this, so please do this now. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You smell bad?
You do.
Damn it. What's my
Wait,
saving
is
throw?
that everyone in melee?
At the start of their turn. If they are in melee at the start of melee.
Constitution plus 4,
It's not the
13.
start of your turn.
13,
Oh,
you pass.
Okay.
So
That
next
must have been
turn, if
close.
it's still alive, you'll have to.
Okay,
Elliot,
gotcha.
I need you to... Wait, it's not your turn. Don't do anything. Stay.
Don't shit.
Kid. Sheriff is gonna keep tending to Emery. You don't need him.
Can he make a medicine check?
Sure. Doesn't that just stabilize?
Oh, yeah.
Which you are.
Unless he rolls a nat 20.
Yeah,
Sure,
he
what the hell,
could.
we'll see. We'll see.
Getting a hit point wouldn't hurt.
You're a stabler.
More stabler.
He pulls a band-aid out.
He's looking for a cut.
I don't know if it's big enough. But he places it on your forehead.
Fair.
And he
Weirdly,
says, there.
it is a little Power Rangers band-aid.
Yes.
Deputy, what the hell? Deputy will make a medicine check as well. Why not?
Here, I got more Band-Aids.
Yeah. He also just kind of pats your shoulder.
The sheriff the band-aid.
Yeah. Emery, you are sleeping.
Yeah.
Hand is dead. Hand is dead. Hand is dead. So it's headless. He is going to. He's going to go after Oldok some more because you keep hurting him.
Yep.
He's not particularly fond of it.
Yeah, try whipping you with his intro.
Ew.
And
Bring
he
it on, you
misses.
bitch. All right.
You guys are glad Downs gave me new dice today.
Hey,
It worked out 'cause I'm rolling
Pull it
decent.
back out.
Yeah.
Guys, this one's not doing good.
No, I think you should stick with those.
The ghast swipes at you and he spreads
did
his
murder me with
stinkiness.
Just like wafts a fart, basically.
Yes, he does that. The ghost is going to. He is not going to buy into your goading.
aw.
He's going to turn to the only person in melee with him, which is Melanie, and he is going to try to do a hit upon. 16.
That hits.
All right, 6 plus 8 is 14 damage.
Ugh.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. You've never done this before.
I don't know I can do it, but I know I'm really pissed off and that hurt like hell. So,
Oh, that totally makes sense after him laughing at Mel.
yes,
Absolutely, with yes. on
yes.
fire.
First he laughed at me and now he hit me. So what Mel doesn't know is that when she gets really pissed off, she can curse things, basically. It is a dex save.
Okay.
Another reason never to piss Mel off. She on fire.
I believe he fails. That's a 9.
That is 23 points of fire damage.
Wow.
Describe it.
Powerful.
So, so just to repaint this picture, because this all happens very quickly, he laughs at Mel missing him. A few other things happen. He hits her for well more than half of her hit point damage as she turns around. And the Hellish Rebuke is technically fire, but it's not really a natural fire. It's like this gross, sickly green color. And it zaps him and just sort of engulfs the whole thing in this sickly green fire. And then it just like disperses.
That's cool.
And
She's lit 'em up
she
like a
also
Christmas tree.
simultaneously uses Awakened Mind, which is not actually an action, I don't think, to scream at him in his head.
All right.
Getting after it.
It mirrors that scream as it stops existing.
Mel's breathing really heavily.
And Olnak, you have a fucked
Wait.
up headless.
Wait,
No?
Do you want
no.
Oh, do you want to move?
I think it's Elliot's
No, sorry.
turn.
It hit you.
It
That's
hit
what
me.
happened. It hit you.
Yeah, that wasn't
I
actually my turn.
apologize. Just kidding, Elliot. You don't get to do it. Elliot, it's your turn. Olnak, you don't get to do it.
Elliot does.
It's your turn. Oh,
I'm still in melee with Headless 2, correct?
you are.
Okay. As the specter is engulfed in its green, bluish, whatever death, his hunter mark is actually going to come free, and Elliot actually sees it hovering in the air. It's a symbol that means it looks familiar to him, but he doesn't know what it means. And he's going to kind of swipe with his hand, and it's going to send that hunter's mark as bonus action into Headless.
Perfect.
And then he's going to draw his machete back and attempt to hit him. Yes.
Describe it. You can't
So-
do less damage.
The hunters. I did good too. So the hunter's mark, and this is only Elliot. It's an invisible thing.
Mhm.
The mark goes over and it like lands directly on its chest, and Elliot, he sees it as it sinks into his flesh, and he aims for it, and and he thrusts forward with his machete directly where the hunter's mark, and it like opens this cavity and just punches right through out the backside.
Beautiful. It collapses to the ground, dead again. Stinks.
There's currently nothing other than what's crashing inside of the...
Correct. You guys are, you're out of initiative.
Okay.
Can I do a med check on Emery?
Sure.
Hey guys, I know
you're
you guys
proficient in medicine?
Yes.
Okay. But yes.
Yeah, that's a 13.
I'm still stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like nice band-aid there.
You correct the Band-Aid.
Adjust it slightly.
It's like I'm gonna check for pulse. Okay, she's not dead. You can calm down.
Elliot is going to actually come up next to you. His blood's up, so he's kind of breathing hard, and his eyes are a little bit kind of wild, and he firmly but gently pushes you out of the way.
Okay.
And then he kneels down next to Emery, and he picks up her head. He's got his fingers kind of behind, thumbs in front of her ears, and he casts Cure Wounds. And you guys actually see almost if the contact between his hands and her head glows this kind of a greenish, but it's not like a bright lighted up. It's just almost as if it's only in the contact. Yeah, and you regain 7 points of health.
How long have you been able to do that?
I did it the other day. I think.
And Emery works.
It's like Belle's standing in the hallway with her head between her knees.
Did you get
Yeah,
ghost?
we got it. Hang on.
And you're
How do you
not 30
feel?
years older this time. That's cool.
I
feel terrible.
Why is it that whenever somebody comes back to life, they
Oh,
immediately scare
God.
the bejesus out of you?
Elliot, you got any more of that?
Oh,
Ow.
I don't know. I can try.
that thing hurts like hell.
So he'll walk over to you, and he's a little less upset now because one of his friends is now breathing again.
She was
And-
breathing before.
He's going to
Not well.
actually, standing in front of Mel, he's going to cup her head just like he did with Emery. Like, I'm not exactly sure what I did, but let me try again. And he does. He casts Cure Wounds. You get 7 points of healing. Now, Elliot doesn't know this, but he's out of spell slots at this point. He doesn't know he has spell slots.
Yeah.
Elliot feels like slightly
That's
out
okay.
of
Mel
stamina.
doesn't know she's out of spells.
Emery's gonna shakily push herself to her feet. Just kind of dust herself off. I hate ghosts. We're gonna see a lot of these fucking things, and I hate them.
I'm still not entirely sure I can hurt them.
We'll
I've
get you a
been
silver's
changed
weapon.
that.
Yeah, we gotta get that
Silver
silver on my
did a
axe.
pretty fine job.
Yes,
He really
spicy.
did not like
Oh,
that.
if we had time, I would have done yours. But
There's a lot of banging. Do we really want to stay here for this, or can we go?
Yeah, Sheriff, do we have permission to burn the place down?
Yes, please.
Yeah, kill it with fire. You know that thing?
I mean, we have the ability to sweep the building when we're feeling a bit better. Them doors are locked securely. They're usually intended to keep people from getting in. I'm fairly confident it'll keep things from getting out.
hopefully,
I'll search around, see if they got some chain. Maybe I can chain these doors shut until we're feeling a bit better.
Do we need to look around the rest of this building? How many people are in here? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, how many brothers did you say there was again?
Best of my knowledge, it should just be the Richardson boys. I
What?
think there was 3 brothers, 2 cousins.
What about all those other bodies you've been finding? Where are they?
They're
hands.
we took them to the hospital. It was closer.
Oh no. Oh
Ah.
God.
We should probably head there.
Yeah, given what we just saw,
literally
that's
have
probably not
nightmares
good.
about this. Can we
Well,
not?
Is there supposed to be anybody else working here? You know,
Billy should have been here.
Was any of these?
None of
things
these-
Billy?
Look like Billy. These look like the Richardson boys.
Let's sweep the building real quick.
Wait, are those the guys that they found
Yeah, that they keep
Yep, them are
accusing
the
us of
ones that
killing.
I thought maybe y'all had a hand in killing him. Well, I guess I'm right now.
Elliot's going to kind of walk up and he's going to
funny.
put his hands forward in front of him, like palms touching. Go, do you want to put the cuffs on us now or do you want to do it later?
I think
Is there a law about killing somebody
Again?
after they've already been dead?
I don't know.
And they're like
at
a
the
double
funeral
jeopardy.
home. They have to have a death certificate already.
yeah, Billy should have done that part.
I feel like that's a lot of paperwork.
I'm not digging through the filing cabinet in this creepy ass place. I'm on
Okay.
out of here personally.
Well, we need, you said
should
there's a
maybe-
Billy that's supposed to be here?
Billy's
should
supposed to
see
be
if-
somewhere
Let's
around
go.
here.
We need to go see if we can find Billy.
Yeah,
Alright.
maybe
and I'm
he's
going to
not
start
dead.
walking down the hallway going, Billy, are you here? And
You-
he's going to walk around.
You guys spend, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's not a very big building. There's no sign of a Billy in here. Looks like perhaps maybe Feller just boogied. You did notice that Sheriff didn't have to unlock the front door to get in here, so you're thinking maybe Homeboy just bounced.
So James is kind of casing the joint, less looking for people.
This place has got a lot of, like,
The most expensive things here are the coffins.
yeah. The caskets are okay. Richardson family wasn't doing well.
Right.
There's
Hence the blockade.
the room that the Wraith came out of twice.
Uh-huh.
It's got a lot of flowers in it. There's a bunch of big wooden crucifixes on the walls. Both the chapels are very generic Christian chapels. But we're talking wooden pews, wooden lectern.
Gotcha.
Again, this place is designed by probably somebody's grandma. As far
There's
as
probably a
the-
bunch of like lace doilies.
Yeah, it's designed to be as non-offensive, clean, but non-offensive. There's not. Yeah, there's not a cash box even, really. You know. You can find the break room where they have some butter.
Perfect.
Do you think there's silver plate?
I'm gonna pilfer the silverware.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
One can hope.
They have stainless stamped on the head.
Not
They
in
are
the
the
break
cheap
room.
ass Walmart shit.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones that bend when you put them in ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, I'm not seeing anything of anyone of interest, so I think we're good here.
When Elliot's looking around and he goes into the chapel, he'll, if there's the little thing of found holy water, he'll dip it. And if not, he'll still cross himself when he walks into the chapel as he's looking around, kind of unconsciously. He doesn't really think about it. He walks in and does the cross as he walks in real quick.
Mel's thinking about what this building would look like on fire.
Redder.
Probably more smoke.
Better lit.
Yeah.
Just looking at those pews going, those look pretty dry.
All right.
The
Well,
sheriff, after realizing there's no Billy, steps out the front door. He's tired of being in this creepy building.
I think I go with the sheriff.
Yeah, I'm right there with
I'm
him.
not interested in walking around, really.
You're still pretty rough, aren't you?
Yeah.
Elliot is going to try to cast healing again on you, and he's going to discover that he cannot.
Yeah, probably a limited usage on that
Wait, there's limits
That
to
little-
these things?
trick.
He says, that thing I did on you, I can't do it again.
Where you drew from, you almost feel a hollowness. There's very obviously something missing.
So, just for giggles, Mel's gonna try to cast something and find the same thing.
You feel your phone vibrate and an error notification pops up.
404 file not found!
Out of data.
What is that?
The phone number ending in blah 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 has reached the end of its data limit.
Apparently, there is a limit to this stuff.
James is gonna come out like waving his hand in front of his face. Like, man, that place keeps getting smellier. It smells like rotten eggs in there now. Ugh.
Do you think we have time for a break before we go to the hospital and I look at the sheriff?
Please?
Just a short catch our breath.
I ain't in a hurry.
All right. Cool.
As far as
You're all
I'm
zombied
concerned,
out?
but the hospital can wait.
Like a cool hour.
So, you believe us now, officer?
I have seen more things in the last week that I've never even thought I'd see. I'm kind of at the point of, you could tell me that kangaroos can fly, and I'll just believe
that
you.
would just be ridiculous.
They might.
God, I hope they can.
They don't need more.
God, can you imagine if we had to fight a bunch of undead kangaroos?
That can fly.
I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, I'm making a note for later.
When we hit the Denver Zoo.
We're in the middle.
Undead flying kangaroos.
That have poop attacks.
No, that's the gorillas.
I think we get a little ways from the building, and then we're gonna take a short rest if that's all right.
Hey there, listener. Thank you for hanging with us on this longer than normal episode. This would usually be where the end credits cut in, but we have a little bit of catch up to do on our side. Because of that, I will try to keep this brief. You've heard me talk about one of the platforms we use regularly, Epidemic Sound, and how it is an excellent source for all of the music and special effects sounds that I use in our podcast. I realize, though, that I've been neglecting how Epidemic Sound can help you improve your game, whether you want to record or not. Epidemic Sound allows you to build playlists in their platform so you can get access to a constantly growing database of royalty-free music and sound effects that can be controlled from either your computer or your mobile device. In other words, you can build out a playlist that you can interact with for your own gaming table. If you're interested, please check our podcast description for a link to get you a 7-day free trial, and it helps support us. Thank you as always for listening. If you would like to help support the podcast in a non-financial manner, please share us with your friends and family, leave us a rating on your podcasting app of choice, and follow us on social media. All of those links can be found in the podcast description as well. Now, back to the episode. So you guys got a successful short rest in. You spent whatever healing things you wanted to hit dice you wanted to. They're not healing surges in this edition. Not watching that 4th edition podcast the week before we record again. Spent whatever hit dice you wanted, regained whatever spell slots you can. And so the sheriff, thank you, folks. I feel as though I need to reprioritize a little bit. What happened to the Richardson boys is an issue. I haven't seen any more of that occur. There's very obviously something that took out the Gutierrez family and the Frederico family. I need to pull the names and stuff on myself. This would be helpful. The Fredericos, and that fella y'all saw at the prison. That's obviously still ongoing. And apparently, being dead don't mean you stay that way.
Sadly.
I do gotta ask. And he looks at James. Your knife seemed to do more harm to that ghost than anything anyone else was doing. Except for whatever scary crap was coming out of your hands there, little Miss Mel.
I have help.
It's the silver. We learned that silver is really effective against these dead things.
Yep.
Silver. Well, this is kind of strange, but I guess I need to be starting the confiscation process out at the jeweler. I'm gonna have to help them figure out what it means for me to confiscate their goods. I've never been to a jeweler before for this.
Yeah, not usually where you look for weapons, huh?
But it's pretty clear my men and I gonna have to get equipped. if being dead don't mean you stay that way.
Yeah.
This is a problem that's just going to get worse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a lot of not unmarked, but unregularly traveled farmland out here. There's a good chance there's a lot of dead folks running my town.
Yeah, you're right by the interstate, too.
Oh, not a particularly healthy bunch out here. And, well,
And there may or may not still be that werewolf thing.
that's what y'all thinking. Werewolf.
We literally just killed
We
people
we
in
did,
there that
we,
didn't have
we
heads.
Didn't mention what we thought was going on with that.
Because
thought we
it
did.
sounded crazy and we weren't sure because it sounds crazy.
And it
No,
does.
that's-
It totally does.
But that's the
That's
best
fair.
theory we have. And you've said that there's 2 families now that have been massacred.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our best guess.
Maybe it's a family feud.
So, I think I understand the desire to get back to the hospital.
I don't.
I think if we go up there, and y'all ain't got to come with me. This is cop business here. This is me and my men. Now, y'all are greatly appreciated. You clearly are the resident experts on making dead things stay that way or return to that way. I got to go up to the hospital. I got to make sure that at minimum, the area that I put them dead folks in is secured from the rest of that hospital. That's a problem that can get out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, your morgue is going to become a lot more lively.
Yeah, that seems possible.
Or at least undead.
You might have some time at least. Like, from the way you've been talking, it's been a while since the Richardson boys were killed.
Oh,
And it took them about this long to come back.
That's
so you
a-
might,
that's our
you might have
assumption.
some time, hopefully.
that said, don't know when Billy left. I'll drop these Richardson boys off here and, well, frankly, I didn't really need a coroner's report on their murder. Fairly sure that the removal of head did most of the work on most of them, so I wasn't planning on coming back out this way for his report in any kind of timely fashion. That was mostly just going to be for the trial. Just can't really run fingerprints through our databases anymore. Can't really run DNA through our databases anymore. I don't really know what Billy was going to do. Short of make him presentable, be honest with you.
An official report that says, "Yep, they're dead."
Yeah.
A handwritten report.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
God,
you-
his handwriting, too. Oh.
If you don't need us at the hospital, I mean, it'd be nice to get back to our camp. We've got a little bit. We got to check on Jacob and get us our stuff sorted. And I've got some things I need to work on. So
All right.
we could use the afternoon if you don't need us.
You say silver is the secret weapon here.
Yes.
At
Okay.
least silver, Like there could be other things like
Well, silver and magic. Those are the things that have been effective.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Yeah, we're lacking on that part.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be a part of our new physical, I guess.
Yeah.
Abracadabra section.
Yeah.
might try salt or holy water.
If any
Stuff's like
otherworldly beings offer to give you magic in exchange for, like,
God, that'd
say-
be helpful.
don't. Well, I'm not going to say don't do it, but maybe read the fine print.
You always read the fine print of an agreement before you sign it.
Of course, I should know you're smart enough to do that.
Whatever you did seemed to work, so I'm not sold it's a bad idea.
We're gonna have to.
Whatever
sleep
you
very
did to
lightly.
that ghost there at the end was downright friggin' scary. It hit you and died from it.
It
That
made
is what
me-
happened,
It made
yeah.
me very angry.
I've never seen something hit someone else to its death.
You Chuck Norris it. The snake bit you and it died.
Hey, Olmec, I feel like we should probably sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
not a
it's
bad
okay.
idea.
Although I don't
She's
think.
a little touchy today.
Yeah. I wonder if like mental damage she can do that catch you on fire thing.
How are you holding up?
Should we make her
You
extra
got
coffee?
knocked the shit out.
Yeah, I don't feel good. this is not the first ghost we've seen, and I did not like either of these encounters. I will probably not sleep tonight, but that's a later problem.
That's a problem
And-
for future Emery.
I can deal with that at another time when there isn't stuff to get done.
If I'm being totally honest with you, I'm pretty sure I ain't sleeping tonight. I've never had a hand jump at me before
Yeah, it was.
by itself.
Yeah, that one was a new one for everybody.
Yeah, that was new.
Do you think the hands came from bodies that are in the coolers?
All right,
Yeah,
look, I
That's
don't.
just weird.
If that's what happened, I got a lot of questions for Billy. I got to
Yeah.
start asking,
Yeah.
especially after what happened up in Montrose there a couple years
Ooh,
back.
yeah.
It's bad enough.
Yeah.
We got a bad rep on this side of the mountains with our mortuaries.
The loose hands in a morgue is a bad look.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down the worst.
If I
idea.
find Billy, I got a lot of. He left the door unlocked. My assumption at this point is he fled, which by itself, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say I'd have done different if I was on my own.
No.
I'd have locked the door.
Yeah, keep
Keep
the
the-
things in.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple of doors he could have locked on his way out. Would have been real helpful.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely sure he made it out.
But I didn't find
We
a
didn't-
body.
See him.
Unless
Yeah.
one of them things eats corpses whole. But
Neither
shit.
of them had mouths.
I wouldn't put
That's
it
true.
past.
lack
I'm
of a
not
head
saying
makes
it's
that
not
hard.
impossible. We don't know what's possible anymore.
There was that chicken out in Fruta, though, that lasted a while.
Yeah, Mike. He was a good guy.
I
Good chicken.
think we should just assume at this point that if we think of it, it could happen.
Yeah.
Good God.
all the gold in the world, all the gold in the world. all
Well,
the
on that haunting thought, perhaps this is where we split for now.
I think that's a safe bet. I'm gonna get my boys together, and now if we end up needing help at the hospital, can I come calling? If you say no, I am not gonna be offended.
If you come calling, I will not leave you hanging.
I appreciate it. We will exhaust our resources first, though, based off the jovial nature of this willingness here.
Yeah.
I say within heavily implied sarcasm. You folks get some rest. I appreciate what you did here today, and yeah, I ain't saying you didn't kill them Richardson boys. I am saying maybe I care a bit less.
I will take that gladly.
Well, we've at least killed them once.
Yeah,
But it wasn't self-defense, clearly.
yeah. No, that's a textbook. Shit, they're gonna have to add a chapter. That's one of my stops. Is I'm gonna stop by and ask Ted, the lawyer, what do you do if you kill something that was dead? What law is that breaking? Are we desecrating a corpse, or are we? What? I don't even know what crime I could charge you with if I felt inclined at this
Hey.
We're
point.
gonna have
But it
to
was
figure that out.
self-defense.
No.
Yeah, the dead guy swung first.
Self-defensive corpse desecration is going to be an interesting legal chapter.
We live in a new and changing world.
Every day.
A wild and wondrous place.
Just out of curiosity, where'd you folks learn this?
This
Trial
is
and
gonna
error.
sound crazy.
Or crazier.
There were a bunch of elves riding lizards.
Giant lizards.
But they didn't bite me. I like lizards.
The
They
lizards
helped
didn't
us-
bite her either.
They helped us kill the last ghost.
It's true. The elves didn't bite me either.
Is that even? So you've seen other ghosts?
One,
This the one.
and more zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ghost was. I think that one was different because the first ghost we saw aged Emery up 30 years.
Yeah.
God, you used to be 12?
No. No, the elves did magic and put me back. I am still in my 20s as I have been
Ow!
normally.
Got a gnarly white streak in her hair though.
Yeah.
That is as clear as everything else we've encountered today.
I told you it would sound crazy.
Sheriff, can I ask a favor?
Sure, I think I owe you one.
It shouldn't be too hard of a favor. When you get a chance and things settle down, can you go out by Pete Rodriguez's house and let him know that we're all okay? He was a little concerned, and we parted on not the best, on the best foot. And
Oh, absolutely. I'm doing
I-
that on my way home tonight.
I've known Pete for a while, and It
Actually-
kind of bothers me that he thinks poorly of us.
You guys need to come with me because the boy's at my house.
Oh, that's,
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I'm just now
Let's
remembering.
go.
I forgot about your boy
Yes.
there. My
Let's go
wife's
get
watching him.
the boy,
We'll
and
go
then
get him.
we'll go to the camping spot you recommended.
I'll stop by pizza. I'm assuming that's a conversation Pete and I need to have alone.
Yeah, just
I think
let him
so.
know that we're not under suspicion.
I can do that. I can do
appreciate
that. So you guys head back. You pick up the boy. No sweat.
He regales us with tales of Captain Underpants.
Yes, he loves the book.
It is one of the worst book series in the world.
So it must be great for him.
It's great for elementary school boys.
It's right up there with Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
It's worse than Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Nah. Miss Jordan comes out, and she immediately picks up on. She's seen her man after a rough day in the past. She ain't seen him look this haunted.
frazzled. Yeah.
So she doesn't necessarily address y'all. She just kind of gives a nice nod, says, "Yeah, it's a good boy you guys got there. Y'all take care of him. I'm going to take care of mine," and pulls him back inside. You guys are able to head back to your camping spot. None of your stuff's been messed with.
What time of day is it?
We'll say it's early afternoon. You guys left in the morning. You moved your camp. You rifled through your stuff. That probably took a second. Then you rode across town. Had a hell of a day. So yeah, we'll say early mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Like 2, 3, somewhere in that ballpark.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to change because I smell like fun.
I think I have time that I could do a little bit of work on Olnock's axe.
Okay.
At least get some silver on there. At least like get some silver ready that I could put it on.
Okay. I have absolutely no idea how long that would take. I can't imagine it takes
Me
very
neither.
long.
Several hours,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
See, I mean, I could see a shit job. You melt it, dip it, and
Yeah.
kind of grind it down to a point.
Yeah.
Right.
Mostly, I'm worried that there's going to be another werewolf attack tonight.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
That's what I'm.
And I
Afraid
want
of.
to make sure we're prepared for that eventuality.
This is a fireman's axe that he has, which specifically has a front end that's for splitting wood, cutting through doors, and they usually have a good spike on the back as well.
Mm-hmm. He's got the
I think a
fireman's
pry
axe, and then
bar-ish.
he's got
I thought
the-
I thought I had the modified axe.
he's
You
got
have
a
your battle axe too. Your
Oh.
initial plan
Right,
was
right, okay,
to
yeah.
use the fireman's for the silver.
that
end.
way because the silver is going to wear off. So for things that aren't,
That's right.
for things that aren't undead, you can use the one.
If I recall, you only ever hit the ghost, right?
Yeah,
I don't
that's the
think
only
you
thing I
hit
hit.
anything corporeal.
A
So your
hand.
silver is
He-
untarnished.
I shot a hand with
a
a arrow. Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing that I stabbed with the dagger was the ghost. That was
So your
banned.
silver is I mean, it's mildly tarnished because it's silver and it's been in the air, but it's not damaged. I'm not seeing any scuffing or
Cool.
chipping.
No weapon degradation.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing
I
you
would
were hitting
definitely
was
check it.
only kind of there.
So
For
it's-
however you describe a ghost. Yeah, hurt
It's probably
the
like
air that it
stabbing
was.
sponge.
Yeah, can't say I've ever punched one, so I'm not. I always run
Let's-
away.
It's up to you, Olnock, which axe you want me to do.
No,
But
yeah, that I forgot that was our original plan. So yeah, the fireman's axe would be ideal for that. That way, if for some reason it doesn't work anymore on certain things, I still have the great axe to fall back on.
Yeah.
Worst
Yeah,
case
and you
scenario.
can use the great axe on things that don't require the silver,
Right.
too.
And if
Just-
the fireman's axe
just for
gets dull,
ghosties.
it just
And
turns to
probably
bludgeoning
werewolves.
damage.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Let's
I'm
try to
going
punch
to
it.
I'm going to spend my whole afternoon / evening silvering the fireman's axe.
Okay. It's just for the sake of, let's see how good the quality it is. What would you say? Performance check or what? What do you think makes sense?
What
There's
would
not really a
crafting
metal
skill
crafting
be?
skill. So
Yeah. Probably performance, but can I use bit proficiency because I've got
yeah,
my
that's fair.
blacksmith
Sure.
kit? Okay.
I'm also going to make a separate fire away from the silver so it doesn't make the food taste weird, but I'm probably gonna make some like veggie kebabs, something
Fair.
that doesn't involve meat because of that whole
Well,
debacle.
on a cooking fire, she's going to be playing with coals more than actual flame, I would
Yeah.
assume. So,
Yeah.
and you
I'm
got
like-
your whole portable,
Yeah, it's
kit
really
thing.
small, so it's like kind of obnoxious to use
especially with a fucking axe.
with an axe. Yeah. So that's why it probably takes me a little longer. But I got a 22.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. You're able to
So-
make it. You get it. You get. You're confident it's pretty solid quality. You get it. I mean, the nice thing about an axe is they're not intended to be wicked sharp anyway. They're
Yeah.
a splitting tool more than a cutting
I used the
tool.
opportunity to show him how to properly sharpen the
There
axe
you go.
too. Because it takes a lot of time to do that, and it's a pain in the ass by hand without a grinder.
Especially the silver one. You got to be careful because it's soft. You'll just grind it off.
Yeah. I'm doing the silver one. He's doing the battle axe.
Just because. Why not? Let's have you roll an intelligence check to see how well you learn what she's teaching you.
I'm gonna do a performance check for food.
Fine. I'll take it. 18
Nice.
When your modifier.
-1.
Cool. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn. You not only learn how to make the cool shing sound.
Nice.
You also learn how to make that beneficial.
Hell yeah.
I got a 16 for food.
Nice. It's an okay meal. You're a little shook. You're off your game. You've
Right.
been rolling 19s and better consistently. But
It's been a minute since I made anything vegetarian, because why? So here's some veggie kebabs. You can sprinkle it with your kale, whatever's.
Oh yeah, I still have kale chips. They're getting kind of stale. It's hard to tell.
They
It would
didn't
be
start like it.
The texture gets off. That's
have
Yeah,
they're
the textures
becoming
get-
chewy instead of
Yeah.
It's
Perfect,
flashbacks
so-
to when we actually tried the kale chips.
Mhm.
so gross.
They are an odd flavor.
I like crispy long clippings. So while she's silvering an axe and teaching Olmok how to not ruin his axe, what's everyone else doing? You're cooking.
Yep.
You're trauma bonding with Elliot.
Elliot, what are you up to?
Ooh, you're something way greater.
I'm just
I
resting.
wasn't looking at the.
Just rested?
Ella's just resting.
Okay.
Just thinking about what he saw, what happened. He's really getting bothered by this undead stuff. It's unnatural and it doesn't fit his worldview.
Fair.
I think Mel's kind of looking more at whatever remaining apps are on her phone, trying to understand the magic that she's been given more, since she's now realized that there is a limit. And she's, again, done things she didn't know she could do.
Gotcha.
So, I think that actually, like, reading it and looking at what is available to her, has a better understanding of the magic that she can do. So she realizes that when she was in panic, trying to make sure Emery wasn't dead, she actually kept Emery from dying. She learns that. Let's see, what was that? She had not
The hellish rebuke was new.
Hellish Rebuke was new, but she has a better understanding of why she was able to do that. She also learns that, like, when she's trying to be helpful and, like, hey, good job, or, like, do really well at that, she's actually casting guidance. And she's realizing that some of the things that have been working better when she's around is for others.
Nice. And you do see, so you've effectively got two apps. You've got the texting app, and you've got your tome app.
Yes.
And in your tome app, you realize there's actually a second page that you've not looked at before, and it shows you what you would translate to as your data limit. And now that you've taken a short rest, it is back to full. Yes.
Yep.
It's emptied back down to where you're at.
Oh. Oh, hey, look at that.
God, that must be stuck constantly. Being stuck at 2 bar all the time.
Well, we're in rifle.
Fair.
Maybe when I get better service, I get more spells?
God, that'd be funny to see. Yeah.
She like lifts her phone up and starts moving it around trying to get it. No, only 2 bars.
Can you spell me now?
And I think she and Jacob do some karate. Because
Okay.
she did promise him that he'd do karate for his workout.
Good old tied in knots.
Yeah. Jacob's doing fine. He had a good day.
And we're not going to tell him there's any reason why he shouldn't.
Absolutely not. We had a perfectly good day.
You're realizing he is kind of able to tell y'all are off, so he's kind of trying to.
He's performing.
Yeah, he's
He's
trying
on.
to stay okay, and you can see every now and again he gets frustrated, but you can see him pause and adjust his reaction before he reacts. You're seeing some of those kind of things, but for the most part, he's had a good day. Hanging out at Mrs. Jordan's house was not a bad afternoon for him. She baked him cookies.
Do we want to consider asking if he can stay the night there? If we think there's going to be a werewolf attack.
He's
I
not
don't
any
know.
safer
What
in
does
the
Mel
house.
think?
I don't think he'd be any safer in the house than he'd be with us. What if the werewolf attacks the sheriff's house?
That's true.
Weirdly enough, I think we're kind of the safest place for us.
Yeah, if anything's got a chance of taking a werewolf on, it's going to be us.
God, that's disturbing.
I know.
That's why.
Well, we got silver, and nobody else, as far as we know, does.
And at the
At
moment,
least in weapon form.
we currently have the highest undead kill count.
True. I'm pretty sure nobody else has killed zombies except for us. And
We'd have a shorter kill count if we hadn't killed them when they were alive.
That's a different point, and I that felt targeted. And let's watch that. You know what I mean? It was in self-defense.
Hey, you know what? Only 2 of them were missing heads.
It's true. We
That's
helped.
because we didn't
It
find the
wasn't
third one,
all you. The third one was the ghost.
which could have been headless, not in ghost form. We don't know. All right.
I don't think you.
And the hat trick was worth it. I needed it.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
He got the
did?
hat trick.
Oh, that's right.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I mean, there were 5 boys, but he
I
did
got 3 of them.
decapitate 3 of them.
Let's just let that one go. I'm sorry.
Let
Is there
dead men
anything-
lie.
Ha.
Yeah. He was gonna kill you, so I killed him first. You know what I mean? Probably.
Thanks. Let's just.
That's the story we're gonna stick with. Doesn't matter that I enjoyed it. That's not important.
Anyway,
You turn it into a
as
Broadway
much as
musical.
I hate to say it, I think that Jacob's probably just as safe place as he is anywhere.
Yeah,
else.
no, that's a decent point. I just figured I'd ask.
That's a good point.
All right, who's hungry for food? What do you got, James? It's
Uh,
dinner time.
Veggie kebabs. 'Cause I don't
Thank
want
God.
meat.
Whilst y'all are eating, I forgot to ask this after the short rest. Who did healing?
I did.
To what?
Full.
Full? Okay. We'll knock.
Same fool.
Okay.
Ow.
Careful. There is a table there. Mel, did you heal?
Also to full.
Cool. Shit, you guys are fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're
I
doing
was getting all
great.
As a
worried.
ranger, do you get your spell slots back?
Kick that werewolf's ass.
Elliot doesn't know, but no, I won't get him till after the long rest.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. My spells are useless in battle.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
talk to the
I
puppy
can
while
talk
he
to
slaughters
animals
us.
or
you're designed to hit things.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it.
We'll use you for like some
Did you-
reconnaissance. or
I
something.
can
Restore
scout.
any-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Didn't use sorcerer
not
points.
currently. If I will, if I need to.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you could just do that whenever, right?
yeah, it takes I think it's like a bonus action even.
Oh, nice.
I'll have to look, but
Do you guys think we're allowed to leave?
Yeah.
I mean, technically.
I think we've been cleared of all charges.
So when are we gonna leave? Like in the morning, maybe?
Probably would be a good idea to leave.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean we restocked our stuff.
I think that we should try to. I don't believe that we are responsible for Griff. He'd have found town even if we hadn't told him.
Eventually, yeah.
I agree.
I don't
But-
feel comfortable leaving while we know he's attacking the town.
I'm
well,
also
we don't
afraid
know
if we
he's
don't-
attacking, but we suspect it strongly. But I'm kind of the same. I really don't feel comfortable leaving with this problem.
Because I don't. They might be on the right track now, but I don't think they have the tools to take him down.
I'm just afraid if we don't start moving again, I'm going to get another scary lecture. Yeah.
What kind of lecture?
A scary one.
Scary. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm not super familiar with whatever deal you made, so.
Neither am I. That's the problem. Can we let that go too, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about what you want to talk about. It's fine.
Comes in pretty handy. You roasting ghosts alive. Or
Yeah, it's
The
saved a couple people's
general
asses.
idea I got is that he wasn't happy with her last time they talked, and that
oh, when she like went out into a field and came back like super scared and freaked out.
So
I'm
let's
still standing here, you know.
Well, I figured maybe you shouldn't be the one to say it, considering I don't know
Yeah, you don't want to
that he
anger
didn't
your
seem
great
to be
deity.
happy.
Yeah,
with
whatever it
you
is.
last time.
What does it want? Do you know that at least?
No.
Does it have a name? Verizon, AT&T.
Sprint. Singular. It's singular.
So the rest of your evening goes pretty uneventfully. You do now have a silver dagger and a silvered firefighter's axe, which is a battle axe in your inventory, not a great axe.
Right.
Does do a different damage.
Yeah, it's a D10.
Did that wind up using all the silver?
Probably we had like 2 pounds of silver. Probably not.
Yeah. We'll say that some of the jewelry
sense.
maybe was plated instead of pure.
Yeah.
But
And all the
Emery
silverware was
assesses she's
plated.
got enough for one more weapon.
When we get the time.
Or a fuckload of arrows.
I was just thinking, do we want to?
If I have the time now, I could do a little bit more. I could do a few arrows or
I was gonna recommend
another
we
knife.
silver something for Elliot.
Yeah, what if we silvered one of Elliot's machetes?
Yeah,
That was kind
a
of
silver
my thought
machete.
also.
would be pretty
I'd
good.
rather get a bunch of silver arrows.
All right, I can do that.
I'm better with the bow than I am with the machete.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
in melee.
Yeah,
Say
I know
range
how
is
to
what's
make the
possible.
arrowheads now too, so I can always make.
Shit, you could just fucking dip those.
Yeah.
You got to have a crucible.
Yeah, exactly. I've already got the silver kind of melted, so yeah,
That should be quick.
give me some arrows and I'll get you set up.
Can I get like at least?
Your
Yeah.
last resort
I'd like to
arrows?
get like 10
Yeah.
of them silver.
We'll say sure, and that taps it pretty close.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll probably push to the end of the silver. I'll do as many arrows as it takes to get to the end.
Yeah, we'll call it. You want to?
We say
What do you
like
want?
15 arrows.
There we
total.
go.
There
you
you
get
go.
5.
Cool.
Elliot gets 10.
Easy.
This is the early stages of the game. I'm being generous still. Take
And
advantage of
these
it.
are
Yeah.
like single use
'Cause it's
arrows.
gonna stop
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like
Once you shoot this arrow,
there is no silver on it.
because if you hit a wall, fucking
It's
that's
gone.
gone.
Oh God, yeah.
And by game rules, if you hit a creature, the arrow's done.
So Elliot's got 10,
Jimmy's
and
got
then we're
5.
out of silver. So, but that's pretty well set for a bit.
Elliot's
Sorry. I just thought of something with the axe. Let's say, just for example, I roll a natty 1 and I fucking hit a wall. That's fucked, right? Like
Yeah.
I gotta reset.
We'll do
resilver it.
some fumble rules with the silvered weaponry.
Okay.
Because it matters. It's not going to hurt your great axe.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
was just
fucking
thinking
great
of it,
axe, but you're not going to break your axe, but the silver will take
Okay.
pain. So it's evening. You guys are eating vegetarian kebabs because your chef is mildly meat intolerant tonight.
Yeah.
Adverse.
Somebody mentioned something about like bacon or something like that, like when one of the hands exploded.
Mhm.
So I didn't want meat for a night.
I'm not arguing.
Don't get used to this.
It's
I'll be back to
corpse
meat
juice
tomorrow.
corpse juice all over him. You know.
Didn't stop me, bro. I want some elk. We got some or what?
Okay, maybe not breakfast. Maybe lunch.
I'll take
Lunch
it.
will have meat in
I'll
it
take
again.
I'm fine with veggies for now.
Unless, of course, we wind up having to disembowel another thing.
You know what? I'm a big boy and I need some protein. Is all I'm saying. I just, got a lot going on. over
I'm
here.
pretty
Have
sure
some
Mel has some.
jerky.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we've got a little bit of smoked turkey left.
I think there's some elk jerky. Eat that.
Where is it? I'm down. Let's do it. I'll make you extra coffee in the morning. Don't worry. We're good.
Pass over some jerky.
While you guys are sitting around the campfire, let's go ahead and have our nightmare checks. Field today earned 1.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm gonna give
constitution, right?
myself disadvantage.
Charisma.
Charisma?
That's fair. Seems like you got knocked the fuck out by a ghost. Ish.
Fuck.
Well, it was a 5 or a 7.
Okay, yeah, you're not sleeping
I'm
tonight.
not sleeping.
I got a 10.
You are not sleeping well. 10 is the DC.
I got a 13.
You're okay. You're okay.
19.
You're fine. You are handling all of this weirdly well.
Mel
it's Mel,
compartmentalize
so-
this super well.
Yeah.
She'll have a
the-
nervous breakdown. Don't you worry about that.
She's just gonna snap in the middle of a fucking trail ride or something.
The 13s, assuming nothing disturbs your sleep tonight, will get a long rest. You have a fitful night of sleep. 10, you absolutely have nightmares, but you'll get a long rest, assuming nothing interrupts it.
Oh, to
You-
be fair, it's
you-
a 5 plus 5, so it is a 10.
Okay, so then you
But
don't sleep great, but you're
Yeah.
okay.
it was a 5 on the die.
Gotcha.
James is
So
still
same as
absolutely
you're in the
has
same boat
bad
Old
dreams.
Knock is.
Okay.
Nightmares all night, but so long as nothing interrupts you, you get a full night's rest.
Cool.
So you guys enjoy your vegetable kebabs,
Yep.
your 16 quality vegetable kebabs.
I'll take first watch if you guys want. I'm not ready to go to sleep.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
Unless you want somebody to be on watch with you. I'm willing to take first watch with you just in case.
I don't. It'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Feel free to wake me early if you get too spooked in the night.
Yeah, I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll take morning watch as usual.
Sorry, who was
I
on
haven't
second?
taken any watch for a while. Sure, does
I mean,
anybody-
if you want to hop on with somebody too, you can.
I was gonna say, Emery, why don't you just sleep and let the
I
rest
got
of
it.
us take watch?
All right.
You were practically dead
Yeah.
there for a minute.
Well, and fucking you don't have good luck with ghosties. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
So-
I just don't think I'll at least go lay down. I guess. I
Just
don't think I'm gonna fall.
Give it your
asleep.
bestest and focus on your breathing. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you must have pissed off
Yeah.
Casper in a different life or something.
Right?
I must have. Someone cursed my bloodline or something. Who knows?
So at the risk of ripping off an old comedy skit, who's on first?
Old knock.
Old
Okay.
knock.
James
What's
is
on second?
Down. I mean, James. Down's James. James Downs.
I don't know who's on third.
Elliot.
Home base.
And they don't have a guy there. The catcher is Mel.
Mel.
They didn't go that far in the skit. They went to the
They
outfield
yell
after that.
home base a lot.
Yeah. And I think in that skit they went to outfield.
Oh, it's been so long. I don't remember.
They go through the 3 bases and outfield.
Yeah.
And the pitcher.
No, I don't know who's on third.
Yeah. They're like, how do we go? There we go on third again. Yeah.
God, that's such a funny skit.
It is a
It
good
really
one.
is, and it held up so well.
Yeah.
It's one of the few old skits that's genuinely fucking.
So good.
So, anything you want to do before watches start?
Tuck Jacob in.
Jacob's appreciative.
I think we set up camp so that the tent that Jacob is in is like close to the center.
I was just about
Okay.
to mention that, yeah.
Like
Fair. That's Mel's.
protect
Mel's
the
tent.
kid. Yeah.
I'm going to sleep silver dagger in hand.
Okay. So other than that, I take that as a no. So it is Olnok's watch. What are you doing on your watch, buddy? This is a weird day.
So we're worried about a werewolf. So
Are.
I'm going to go ahead and keep the battle axe with me on with me this time.
Battle axe. Okay.
Just because it's silver lined, so it gives me the best opportunity should we get some sort of problem. At least gives me some sort of protection for the moment while I can call for help.
There you go.
So then I'm just gonna walk the perimeter, make sure we're clear.
Let's go ahead and get a perception check.
No.
I mean, you don't have to. You could just go with your passive. Dealer's choice.
That's fucking basically the same anyway. 'Cause I rolled a 9, which is my passive, but my -1 would give me an 8, so it brings me right back to the passive. So there we go.
Vicious cycle.
Yep.
All right. So you hear some dogs barking. You hear a sound that you interpret to be a peacock.
Oh, okay.
Random weird bird noise.
And they have peacocks and rifle. All right.
They do, and they're really loud.
Okay.
They are. And they're terrifying if you don't know what it is,
Oh, yeah.
honestly. Same with foxes. You might maybe hear a fox.
Yes.
They're fucking scary
God,
if you don't know
yeah.
what that sound is.
I think the scariest one is a mountain lion in heat.
Fair.
It sounds
Yes.
like a lady screaming, and it's terrifying.
You're not 1,000%, but you might hear that too.
Okay. Like it's like staring off into the distance. What the fuck?
But yeah, no, you don't hear anything distinctive enough to care about
Alarm me. Okay.
Yeah. any more than you're already alarmed.
Yeah.
So the rest of your watch goes uneventfully. Following you is James.
Hey, James.
No more ham bacon. What?
What? No more ham bacon. What?
Hand.
Hand bacon.
Anyway,
Oh. Okay.
bad dream.
Yep.
What's up?
It's your watch, brother.
Oh, right.
You're up.
Thanks. Anything to report?
Just a bunch of animals out there. I think I heard a peacock. I think. Not 100% what a
Just
peacock
peacocks in
sounds
rifle?
like. Exactly, right? I didn't know that. Might have been a lady screaming. I don't know. Probably fine.
I would have led with that.
It
But
didn't
thank
sound
you.
like anyone we knew. You know what I mean?
Do you have all of our screams memorized at this point?
I mean, I have the party's screams memorized. I honestly don't know what Jacob sounds like, but it didn't come from the right direction, so we're probably okay.
Can you imagine Elliot screaming? Kind of funny. All right, well, try to get some sleep. I guess. Oh yeah.
All right, brother. Good watch, bro. Go get him.
Oh,
Well, Elliot will
no,
check,
you won't.
make sure that he's.
Nope.
Sorry, James.
You don't get to decide what he does.
Evidently, Downs is tired. So anyway, James, my bad, is gonna check, make sure that he's got the correct dagger out, and check the silver, the quality of it, make sure it's still
Looks fine.
intact. Cool. He's gonna holster it, i.e., put it in his pocket.
Sheathe might be the word you're looking for. Sheathe your dagger.
No, he's totally gonna like Wild West, and, flip
Twist
it, and,
it like a.
immediately
he's got a
stab himself in the no. So he's gonna do like rounds around the camp on the
Roll
outside.
acrobatics?
Sleight of hand. Come
Sleight
on.
of hand,
Sleight
okay.
of hand.
Go ahead and roll for real perception.
Okay, and I'm checking the outside of the tents, not the inside track.
You're not looking in the tents?
Well, I'm looking like I'm walking around the outside of camp.
Oh, you're doing a perimeter.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That thing I did.
You're still there.
Everybody's still alive. Okay.
That is a 19.
You hear nearby the braying of a wolf.
Great.
And we're going to cut the episode.
Fuck.
Theater of the Mind is Jeremy Arston as Elliot Brandybane, Amanda Arston as Melanie Kelly, Michael Burnell as Olnok Farger Johnson, Michael Downs as James O'Brien, Casey Weingarten as Emery Lee, and myself, Mike Schock, as your Dungeon Master. We release new episodes every 2 weeks, so our next episode will release on May 26th. If you want to follow us, our social media and website can be found in our link tree, which can be found in the podcast description. Also in the podcast description, you can find a link to Pinecast, as well as our referral code to get you 40% off your first 4 months of a paid membership, as well as our referral link to Epidemic Sound, which gets you a 1-week trial period to their excellent platform. The music this week was sourced from Epidemic Sounds under the Creative Commons license. The songs used in order are The Appalachian Trail by Hunter Quinn, Devil of the Town by Kenzo Almond, Devil in a Can by Walt Adams, Keep Walking by Grant Lamott, The Glove Doesn't Fit by Christian Anderson, Enter the Realm of Shadows by Christopher Mote Levson, Deactivator by Hampus Nasalius, Strangled by Piano Strings, Parts 1 and 2 by Ludwig Mullen, Running Through the Dark by Roots and Recognition, Mystery Unfold by Roots and Recognition, Just the Banjo by Pierce Roswell, Taking It Easy by Stefan Carlane, and Juncture by Philip Ayers. The Theater of the Mind theme Intermission and outro were written by Mike Schock. Theater of the Mind is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental.